I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
This is 17-year-old Carlos Hallowell, who's accused of killing his own mother, Denise Hallowell. From an initial look, it seemed as if it were a grim yet straightforward case. However, the detectives had no idea just how manipulative and stubborn Carlos would be, especially after hearing his innocent, helpless voice in the 911 call.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
I need someone fast. I need EMTs. I need people.
Okay. All right, stay on the phone with me and take a deep breath and calm down so we can get this information, okay?
I can't.
Do you think she's beyond any help?
I don't know.
When detectives arrived at the crime scene in Inverness, Florida, they discovered the deceased body of 57-year-old Denise Hallowell lying on the bed with an axe embedded in her head. But even after Carlos caused such a gruesome death of his own mother, his main focus was to try outsmarting the detectives.
So you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah?
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county.
On July 19th, 2019, Denise Hallowell was found dead on her bed with an axe embedded in her head, and the body was discovered by her adopted son, 17-year-old Carlos Hallowell. Denise Hallowell was a special education teacher from Inverness, Florida. Being an adopted child herself, she decided to adopt two children, Carlos and Angel. Despite her best efforts, she had to let go of Angel due to his troubled nature. Despite Angel being the problem child, keeping Carlos with her turned out to be a mistake that would soon take a grave turn. As Carlos was the only person present at the crime scene, detectives brought him in for an interrogation. But when detectives started interrogating him, they were stunned by how far a teen would go to manipulate the truth.
Oh, man. What's going on, Carlos?
Hi.
Going on, you hanging in there, man?
Just trying to accept the fact.
Once again, my name is Detective Ramos, Lieutenant Ball. So we brought you out here, and we're just trying to talk to you, see if you could, help us out and let us know what all took place.
Okay, my mother and I came back from the funeral, and we had lunch together. We had pie together, and the last time I saw her was around 2:30, 3. We both went to our separate rooms to take our naps for the day, which is what we normally do. And then about a couple hours later, I don't remember the time, I hear barking from my side of the house, which is abnormal. Our dogs are supposed to be in that little fenced-in area. So I walk out to the front door. My mom's door is closed as always, but she does let the dogs out every now and then while she's taking a nap to just let them go to the bathroom. So the front door was wide open. I figured she might have forgotten to close it. I looked outside. Our dog, the two green gates that you guys walked through, completely open. Every now and then my mom sometimes does that. She's getting older and she forgets things very easily now. She was. So went to go find the dogs, checked around the property looking for them. I couldn't find them, so I went to go wake my mom up to help me find them, and then I found her there.
What funeral did you go to?
We went to her friends, Kathy, I forget her last name. It was in St. Petersburg. The whole family was there. Close friend families. We weren't directly related to them.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't the funeral in the morning?
Yes, sir.
What time you guys got down to St. Pete?
Around 11, I think.
What time when you guys left from St. Pete?
I couldn't tell you. We just took off. After the funeral was over, we had brunch and then we left.
Where you guys have lunch at?
Also at the church. I forget the name of the church, but we had, all our family was there. We said hi to everybody.
So you got pie?
My mom and I stopped at her favorite place to stop to when she lived in St. Pete to get pie. and we brought him home with us. We both like to eat pie.
What kind of pie was that, man?
She had, I forget what she had, something fancy. I always eat apple pie, and that's kind of like my mom's and I tradition thing.
Because, just before we get any further into anything, we don't really know what we've got, okay?
Correct.
So,
I understand.
you know, anytime we talk to somebody, especially if we bring them down here, we read Miranda. Do you know what that is? Your rights.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Probably seen it on TV. Doesn't mean you're in trouble. Doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's what we do.
Right.
Especially two of us in here talking to you. You know, some people can get pretty uptight about it. You know, so we just want to make sure we read it, you understand it, and you know what your rights are. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Detectives started the conversation with Carlos to put him at ease, but little did they know that Carlos had already rehearsed his story well.
As soon as you got home, what happened from the funeral?
We ate pie. We both decided to take our naps. She went into her room, I went into mine, and I watched a couple of things on YouTube and fell asleep and got up again and texted people and fell back to sleep. Usually we stay in there for about 2 or 3 hours to give ourselves time, our own separate time throughout the day.
Did you talk to anybody at all on the phone?
No, I was texting my girlfriend, some friends about work. And that was pretty much it.
Where you work at?
I applied to the Cove and I was texting some buddies who work there and see if I can get some recommendations and stuff.
Oh, okay. You were texting your girlfriend throughout the day, or after you were taking a nap, or?
It was after the funeral. I texted her mainly, and then before I went to sleep for the nap, and then after that I was out.
How long was the nap, more or less?
Definitely slept for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then from there I just kind of like fiddled on my phone playing games.
So you was already awake then when the dogs were barking?
No, that did wake me up. I fell back to sleep. I woke up after about a 2-hour nap, played on my phone and fell back to sleep. Because my mom wasn't up yet. Usually when I hear her being up, then I go outside, but I didn't hear her up, so I'll just let her have her space.
So when you guys normally take spaces, do your naps, you guys don't talk to one another?
No, it's very common for us. We just like to have our own time throughout the day. Because we do bicker and argue when we spend too much time together. So we've learned how to cope with it and just give ourselves space, and we get along fine.
Did you guys bicker, argue, anything today?
No, today was fine. Completely normal day. In fact, it was a really good day. We got pie, that was a special treat. So, that was good.
Although Carlos is claiming it to be a normal day, he in fact had an argument with Denise. Moreover, throughout the interrogation, Carlos is visibly restless and anxious. This could be because he's desperately trying to hide the truth, and in doing so is over-explaining himself.
So you walk out, you see Noelle. So, oh man, Noelle. So you get out your fence, you walk around to her, and you scooter her in. You get her inside the house, you close the door.
Right.
Then from there, in the little gated area, did you ever leave that area? Or you stayed right there in that little gated area and just called for them?
No, I left. Went down the road because I usually can either find them at the gate or they'll be down to the neighbor's property, but I didn't feel like going all the way down there. So I was just be like, hey, Mom, you want to help me find the dogs? Because they don't go far.
So you went up to the front gate,
Correct.
called them, firecracker.
Yeah. And they didn't come back, so I walked back as well.
And what did you do then once you got back to the house?
I just walked inside and was going to get my mom up. Wanted to go help me find the dogs. And
so then what? You see her? What happened? What was your reaction? What was it that you was trying to...
Originally, I was shocked, but then I ran to her, shaked her a little bit, and then I could hear her breathing, and then I just started crying, yelling out, Mom, I'm getting help, called 911.
So when you come back in, was her door open or closed at that time?
Still closed.
It's still closed? So you open the door, see her. How did you call 911?
With my phone.
With your phone? So you saw her, shook her, right? That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Told her, hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was like, I'm getting help. I could still hear her breathing, so I immediately called 911. And the lady instructed me to stay out of the house.
So that's when you went out the house?
Yeah.
You went out to the front door?
Mhm.
And then what happened?
And then I just waited for you guys to come, and she stayed on the phone with me. I was still also trying to find the dogs because I didn't want everybody being all over the place while this was going on.
So you're on the phone with a 911 operator?
Yes.
Out front in a little gated area?
Yes.
And then what she's telling you?
She was telling me give address, phone number, stuff like that, and then what was the emergency, blah blah blah. And then she said, "I'm gonna stay on the line with you, trying to keep me calm."
And you just stayed right there, or did you?
I had to go up to the gate to open it for the deputies to get through.
So the gate was closed then?
Correct. I just walked up, closed, came back.
Up until now, what Carlos said is quite believable, but there is something that really doesn't fit with his story: the barking dogs. Detectives now start to investigate about dogs' whereabouts, and they are soon going to find a huge lead.
So when the dog got out, the gate was closed when the dogs got out?
Yeah, there's openings through there. They're small enough dogs; they just squeeze right through.
So then you went in, and that's when he came in and said, "Oh man, the gate's closed. I gotta go and open it." So you went over there and opened it for them.
Yes, because I remember from going up, it was closed, and I was trying to get them in as fast as possible.
When did they show up? The dogs?
The dogs?
Yeah.
Halfway between you guys being there, they just came over from the neighbor's property. They got bored hanging out with those other dogs. Then.
Which side? They came from the right side, left side?
If you're facing the road, it's on the right side.
So if I'm coming out your house, I would have to make a right?
Yeah. It's Amy Alfred's. They have outside dogs that they go bark at.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Alfred. She's a very close family friend as well. She's grown up there with my mom for years.
That's the house where basically Dodge ends at?
Yes.
What about the people on the left-hand side? That kind of almost intersect into your property.
It was the property of Gene and Jim Livingston. They got too old, and now it's their sons, I think. I forget his name. But that used to also be the hangout place, because when they were both alive and there, they were kind of like grandparents, and then when they moved out, just kind of no one really went on that property.
Which house does Rick stay at then?
Rick is on the one, if you're looking at the road to the left.
So where the older couple was at, where the son is moving into now, or no?
No, the red gate where the deputies were right in front of, that's Rick's. The gate right before ours, I don't know if it's green or black, but that is the Livingstons, and then there's Amy Alfred's.
Carlos is weaving his story in detail, leaving no room for gaps. But this is a grave mistake. Any normal kid who lost his mother just a few hours ago should be too traumatized to serve such a detailed story.
What did you do after that when you saw her?
I shook her, like yelling, "Mom, mom, 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 wake up."
She was laying, so when you walk in the room, her back was towards you?
Yes.
And how did you shake her? Like
right on the side, like
on her ribs or something like that?
Yeah, where her arm was laying down like that, just, "Mom, you awake," and I could see blood running down her nose, but I could hear her still breathing.
That was the only time you touched her?
Correct.
You didn't like run around the room a few thousand times?
No.
I ran in, shook her, I'll be back.
Yeah, as soon as I ran in and I heard her still breathing, I thought there could be a chance. Ran straight to my room, grabbed my phone, ran outside, called, and then she instructed me to stay outside. But I didn't do anything and would never do anything to my mother like that. As much as we used to bicker and get back at each other, fighting sometimes, and then peace, and then back and forth, and then peace again, never. Never in a million years would I ever think to do that. She's my mom. I was adopted at age 4, and I've been with her forever.
Yeah.
Would never do such a thing like that. And if you're insinuating that, I'm very offended by that.
You're putting on a pretty good show.
A show?
Yeah, you're putting on a really good show.
A show?
Yeah.
How's this a show?
And I remember that CPT talking about how your attitude of things were very sociopathic.
Sociopathic?
Which is exactly what you're showing me right now.
It's well known that a sociopath is a person with antisocial personality disorder, a mental health condition that involves a lack of empathy and has an innate desire to be in control. But Carlos losing his cool demeanor and being hyper as he is losing control of the narrative he tried to build, hinting at his sociopathic nature. However, it's rare for a detective to call out a suspect so directly, as it would prompt them to lawyer up and shut down the interrogation. So it can be assumed that the detective is intentionally pushing him to reveal his true colors, or has simply slipped up in the heat of the moment.
And you're trying to act like you're upset about something.
Trying?
Yeah.
Okay, how is this trying? That was my mom. My mother.
Right.
So trying, how is this trying?
Because you don't feel like normal people feel.
I don't feel like normal people feel.
Yeah. That's what a sociopath has the issues with.
Okay,
But
so you're calling me a sociopath?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This is what sociopaths do.
Well, do what?
I've just been sizing you up the whole time. And
Okay.
it's like 100%.
Okay, you can size me up.
You don't have normal feelings.
You can size me up all you want. I do have normal feelings. I loved my mom. Ask anybody in this county. They can attest to that.
Do you think that people that love one another don't do the most extreme things to them?
Not like that, no.
It happens all the time, every day.
No.
That's what I just told you earlier, that it's usually like a loved one.
Okay, I would not do that. You ask anybody in this county. My mom and I were amazing. We would never do such a thing like that to each other at all. My mom would never hurt me like that, and I would never hurt her. You call me a sociopath or whatever you want. And I'm sorry for getting upset. But you please ask around. Ask anybody.
We're going to ask everybody.
Ask everybody. They will attest that I would never do that.
And I don't know what kind of son you were to her.
I loved her very much.
But we're going to peel this orange way back and look in nitty-gritty details.
Please. You can. And you'll find that I would never do this. I don't know who
the
did.
evidence is going to show us something.
Okay. That's fine. But I would not do this to my own mother.
Well, I'm throwing this out there because this is the time. Like, if you did something, this is the time to tell us. Because right now, you're telling us a story that you had nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Okay? And if later on you come back and the evidence shows us something totally different, and you say, oh, Mom was a terrible mom, and she abused me, and we had a fight, and I did something stupid, you've already laying out this story right now.
Correct.
Which I can scrap. I can scrap that story if you have another story that's the truth. Okay?
No, this is the truth.
Because now is the time to tell us the truth.
This is the truth.
You remember when I was telling you, especially with the kids, if you don't come forward, you get in trouble, but not as much. But if we
Correct.
find out, remember that? That's the same thing. The same thing here. Same thing.
I'm telling you, this is my story, and it is the truth.
The detective can clearly foresee that Carlos is soon going to change his statement about his mother, but Carlos continues the argument. But what is utterly shocking to see that even in such an intense situation, he managed to take a nap in the interrogation room. As for the detectives, they now know who the real murderer is. All they need to do is indict him. 9 weeks after the first interrogation, in September 2019, detectives meet Carlos again, and this time they have all the evidence that proves Carlos' involvement in the crime.
Well, first we both get out of our dress suits and all that, get comfortable to our rooms. We let the dogs out to go pee one more time, for the first time. And then we sit down and eat pie, let them in. We keep eating our pie, and then we watched whatever was on TV and had a conversation. And that was pretty much it, and then we went to our rooms.
What was the conversation about?
It was about Kathy in the service.
Okay.
Just our own personal thoughts about it. It wasn't anything serious. I think it was mostly just about her when she was speaking the Bible verse. I don't remember the exact Bible verse, but it was just she was getting some things off her chest.
So everything was okay there. So, and then you said y'all went to go take your naps.
Correct.
From there, did you eat anything else other than pie?
Nope.
Did she eat anything else other than pie?
Not that I know. I just went to my room.
So you went to your room, and did you see her go to her room?
Yes, I watched her go into hers, and then as I'm in mine, I can hear her either come back out, I think once, and then go back to her room, but then after that, I was out.
Okay. And you said you were on your cell phone? Did you say that as well, or did someone else? When you went to your room, you said you watched TV on On your cell phone, you watch TV on your TV?
I had the TV on because I have sports on my TV, and I'll watch something else on my phone, so I always got sports in the background, so I can keep updated.
Or back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you said, about how long do you think before you start taking that?
I don't know, it was like maybe 30 minutes and I fell asleep.
30 minutes and fell asleep? And how long were you out for?
Say about an hour and a half, because I found her and reported it around, it was like 4. And then from there I was just kind of like scrambling everywhere and I lost track of time.
What happened around 4?
Is when I called it in, I think. I don't remember specific times of what happened.
That's okay. I understand that. So you think you called 911 around 4?
I think so.
It was a lot later.
It was?
Yeah, it was a lot later. That's okay. I mean, it's not a big deal there. All right, so you said you slept, you think, for about an hour, hour and a half?
Yeah, about.
And then, but you were watching TV, your TV was on all the time while you were sleeping, or did?
Oh yeah, it stays on. Yeah, that's how I fall asleep. I fall asleep to the noise in the background. It's kind of like white noise.
So did you wake back up once you fell asleep? When you woke back up?
Could you repeat that?
You said you fell asleep after about 30 minutes of being in there?
Yes.
So you got home around 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish, you think, roughly?
I think so, yeah, around there.
So 2:30 to 3, 8 pie, so figure what, 4:30, you probably went and took a nap?
Yeah.
4:30, took a nap. So you slept for about an hour and a half, half an hour to an hour and a half?
Right.
So when you woke, did you only wake up once, and that's when you heard the dogs barking?
Yeah, I didn't fall back asleep, it was just once. Woke up, heard it, and was like, okay, one of the dogs are out, don't know why.
Carlos continues to try outsmarting the detectives by retelling his version of the story. He remains calm and even manages to smile. But this time, he's more playful with his hands, which is a clear sign of anxiety. And he should be, because the detective is soon going to show him a piece of evidence that will change the course of the interrogation.
And then you went and said you got the dog. Did you, when you were out in the front yard by the gate to get the dog? Well, not by the gate, by your window, correct? Was she still by your window when you went outside?
Yeah, the dog was just yapping around everywhere.
Over on that side by
Yeah,
where the camper is, stuff like that?
Yeah, because where we put our recyclables over there, so they always immediately go there.
Okay. So you just went straight there and then straight back to the front door? Did you walk around the house?
No, I went straight there, the barking got one, and then I yelled the other 2 dogs' names, didn't hear them, so I figured they're already down the road.
Okay, so where'd you go from there?
Went to my mom's room.
So you got the dog in the house, went straight to your mom's room? Okay, and then that's when you found your mom. You said you called 911 and you walked outside?
Yeah, the operator told me not to be in the room, so she said leave the premises. I was like, out the house, open the gate, signal out down the officers or whatnot, so that's when I stayed out of the house.
Okay. So that's when you called 911. So you didn't go to the backyard at all?
No, no.
Okay. Now what about...
I could see it though, I mean, it was...
Right, you could see it from the side, but you
Yeah.
never went back there?
No, I could definitely, that's why I didn't go. I was like, oh, no dog.
Okay.
It's all one big, like, very visual land. You can see pretty much
You
anything.
see it's wide open. I haven't been inside, but I can see everything up there. All right, so everything, you never went in the backyard at all. You just went inside, seen your mom. Your phone was already on you at that point?
Yeah, like always, it's usually on me.
Okay, and then you walked outside and called 911.
I called when I was there. I was in the room when I called.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asking him about his 911 call in Denise's phone again and again is just setting a trap for him. When Carlos realizes his mistake, it'll be too late to undo it.
I don't know if they have that in like records, because I told them.
The call we do, yeah.
Yeah, I told them exactly what I saw and I was in the room. That's when she told me to leave the house.
Now what about her phone?
Hers, usually it's by her nightstand, which is, like, if you're looking at the bed towards the window,
Right.
it's on the right.
If you're looking at the bed.
So if you walk into the room, there's a door, you walk in, it'll be immediately on your left. But if you're sitting on the bed, it's on your right.
That's the room where she keeps her phone at?
Yeah.
Did you ever see her phone?
No.
Did you see her phone that day?
Yeah, she was on it. When we got home, she usually just turns it to do not disturb. Very private person. Do not disturb, and then goes in her room and disappears.
So she'll put it on do not disturb, usually? Did you see her do it that day?
She had it on, like, the buzz, the vibrate, but I never saw her put it on do not disturb.
Okay. That's common for her?
That's very common. She doesn't like notifications.
Pain in the butt, I imagine.
later.
And then you call 911. Did you ever go out towards the front of the property at all?
Lakeside or?
Yeah, lakeside or the other front, towards the road, either way.
Towards the road, yes. Because she asked me where it's located, and I told her I had to open the gate because it was still closed for them to get back here. And then, so I ran all the way up there and all the way back. And of course, I was also looking for the dogs, so I had to go all the way up the road to find them, and then come back.
Did you get the dog? Did you find the dogs up the road?
No, I didn't. Once the officers came, I flagged them down, and they heard all the commotion around the house, and they came back, and I kind of got them from the fence, and then some of them came back through the front gate.
Okay. So they just probably, they got there when deputies got there, basically? The dogs did?
Yeah, they just ran back because I heard commotion and things going on there.
Dogs returned. And that's just the 2 dogs. The other dog was back in the house?
Correct, the other one was on
Back
the
in the
premises.
gate?
Yeah, it was in the...
Okay, what was up with the side door? The side in the garage door?
Yeah, I don't know. I was out there like once earlier that day. I had to go get something out of the garage
When was that?
before we left.
Was it before you left that morning?
Yeah, and I don't remember what it was, so I might have not closed it all the way, and it sticks, which is it's a very annoying door. It always sticks. You have to take it and fully like yank on it, and even when you do, sometimes it's not all the way closed. So you get. I probably just did left. I was like, screw it.
Did you go to work on the car when you all got home at all?
Which car?
Your car? You told I think Detective Ramos you may have worked on the car when you got home that afternoon. That's why the door may have been open.
Oh yeah, I tinkered on it a little bit because the door's being crunched in. I think I just got some stuff ready and
When
out
you got
there.
home that day?
Yeah, there was just small little things that I didn't really think were important. Like,
Yeah,
I
everything's
just got,
important.
like the vacuum. There's a vacuum we have little, and the
Your
window.
shop vac?
Yeah, and the wind. Well, it's kind of smaller than that. It's kind of like a dust buster or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And the window is cracked in, so there's glass everywhere. So getting ready to clean it, but nap first. Spend time with my mom. So there's just small things like that.
That's what you did after you got home?
Yes, after we got home from the funeral.
Okay. What else do you remember you did you got home that you don't remember you told us? When you got home from the funeral?
You specifically, I remember I told Ramos that is the stuff in the shed. I was in the shed previously. We had tree work to do. The neighbors, if you ask them, I'm pretty sure they'll remember, they asked us to remove a tree that fell on the fence. So we had to cut it up, move it, and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
I was kind of in there already getting stuff, making sure all my tools were ready to go and nothing was broken.
And you were doing that after you got home from the funeral?
Yeah, just briefly, like, got out of the car. My mom was taking care of the dogs and such. Letting them out, going in the house, opening things up, and I just went, got stuff done. Okay, this is ready for when we're ready to work. And then marked inside. Just kind of small things that I get done usually around the house when we go home.
Anything else you did?
No, that was pretty much it. Just the car, the shed, and that's it.
As the detective is asking Carlos minute details of the day, he starts rubbing his chin and running his fingers through his hair, once again revealing his nervousness and anxiety. And just when Carlos thinks he has successfully covered all the tracks, the detectives start revealing their cards.
On your phone itself, it also tracks your GPS locations, so I can track your entire track around your yard.
Like movement?
Yes, everything. So, I mean, some of the stuff you told me is true, and some of the stuff not so true.
Like, what's up?
Like where all you went and why you were on the phone. Because you were on the phone with 911 for a few minutes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So it tracks everywhere you went the entire time you were on the phone and the entire time when you weren't on the phone.
Right.
So as you said, you carry the phone with you everywhere, just like typical, pretty much all young people these days don't leave without it.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So it tracks everywhere you went. It says you were down by the lake area.
For when?
At that time, while you were in that whole time frame from when you called 911 on.
I didn't go down by the lake. I could see it. I didn't go down there.
It tracks you all the way down there. GPS, I mean, it looks like a connect the dots the entire way.
Well, I don't remember being down there at all. I don't, because there's no reason for me to be down there.
Right.
Everything's in the house or it has to be up front because the cops were coming that way. Well, the dogs were up there.
I mean, just like when you first called 911, so it's not like it's been a few minutes. You're down there shortly after you called 911.
Right.
I know it's taken apart.
Is that the camera that's hanging up?
That was outside?
Yeah, it's facing towards the...
So does that look familiar to you?
No, sir.
Remember the small cameras you said were in the house? This
Yeah,
camera
just
was
one.
outside of here.
Okay, then yeah, it's one of the ones that are facing towards the window.
Guess how many we found?
How many?
How many do you think we would have found?
One?
No.
There's only one in the house.
No, you know there's one in the house.
No, sir, I know of one.
Didn't your mom show you the videos of the dogs and stuff?
Yeah, from the one that's facing the door. You can see him watching outside when we roll up. You can see him barking at the door.
There's 3 cameras in the house.
Okay.
I found 3 cameras in the house. I actually found one of them.
Okay.
And then, guess what else? What else do you think we could have found in the lake that day? I'm just trying to ask you, just to help me out here.
Yeah, I understand, and I don't know.
You don't know what else we could have found out there?
No, I'm gonna assume her phone since she's got the cameras.
Mm-hmm. Somebody set you off. You're the only one there.
Oh no.
There's nobody else at all could have done this.
Does that mean I'm going to jail straight after this?
Well, we should try to figure all this stuff out, dude.
Oh, well, I mean, I just want to understand because you guys said there's no one else that could have done it.
There's no one else that could have done it but you.
Right, so, what are you guys
And that's what I'm trying to figure out what happened that day. It depends on, did you have a good reason for what happened?
I don't remember. That's the thing, is I don't remember. I just remember that a couple days before, my mom was being very physically, verbally attacking. And of course, she definitely let me have it when she caught me sneaking Bryce on it. I think she yelled at me worse than I thought I deserved.
Was that Friday or was that Saturday? It was probably Friday, the day before.
Probably Friday, yeah. I don't remember exactly the day, but it was worse than I thought was like really deserved.
Right.
Because I thought it was just gonna be like maybe a whole hour's worth of her telling me she's disappointed, she's pissed off, blah blah blah. But I remember it being a whole like half a day spiel. Like I left my room, she's like, "What are you doing now?" And I tried to do my room again.
You're pretty much grounded.
Yeah, for that day apparently. For the half the day I couldn't do anything, and then I think at night I went out and snuck out and hung out with some friends.
So, you said that's all I'm trying to figure out.
I don't understand.
Somebody can help you on this. Something that set you off.
Like we spoke, man. Just honesty is gonna go and set you free, bro. It's gonna just lighten up all this. Like I said, we all do shit. Pressure bust by. We do accidents we don't mean to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think it was about 30 minutes before we got home. Because I remember we resolved it when we got home. Because if you look at the tapes, we were fine. I think it was like 30 minutes before we got home. But my mom was starting to get really, really verbally abusive towards me about WTC. Because I was telling her maybe I didn't want to do it in August. Maybe I wanted to do it in January.
Take some time.
Yeah. And she let me have it. Big time. She was calling me a disappointment again, and then was threatening to like no longer pay for any of my college and just kick me out immediately as soon as I turned 18. Which that's like normal things happen. Like you turn 18, time to go. Yeah, so that I wasn't really too worried about that, and then she was like saying stuff like, I hope that it's like I hope you do bad, stuff like that. But it didn't escalate until I just was like, geez, calm down. Because whenever I tell her to calm down,
that pushes her buttons.
You don't tell a woman to calm down.
I know, so I'm like, so it was getting pretty bad, and I was like, geez, well, all right, calm down, I get the point, I understand, but I just think I need time. Because I remember specifically, I told her I just needed time. I'll work, I would work and save up to pay half the schooling. Fine, I don't care. I just need that time between now to August, to January, because I'm not even 18 yet. I'd prefer to be 18 and then start and then go.
Yeah.
Be good to go. So she wasn't having it at all. And she never laid a hand on me, but she was very verbally abusive. And I remember, I do remember being in tears by the time that conversation ended. And by the time I was crying pretty heavy, she stopped. No, I don't remember anything from that day. Anything bad happening from that day.
And that was before y'all got home.
And that was about 30 minutes before.
To jail.
I don't have an exact memory of it, so I don't want to say.
Okay, the best your memory.
Best of my memory, walked in the house with the axe, with not the intent of doing that, but I think my intent was kind of like, okay, Mom, I think we need to get to work, because it was getting kind of late. I do know that it was getting late, and my mom doesn't like to work past a certain time. She wants to be out in her bed. And then I guess it just kind of boiled over. I don't know if something was said. Because usually I try to talk to her. I'll say, hey Mom, get up. We gotta go to work. Or hey Mom, we gotta do some stuff. So I don't know if I did that and she made a remark that kind of pushed me over the edge, or if it just all played through.
So after you hit her with the axe, is that when you called 911 right after?
Immediately.
Right after you hit her?
Right after. I went, bam, it was like, phone, 911, checked her breathing, pulse. But as soon as I saw blood running through her nose, I knew there was nothing I could do. So then I was just...
You feel bad if you did it?
Excuse me?
You feel bad that it happened?
Yeah, big time. And it's been killing me, eating me inside really bad.
I can imagine. You want to tell somebody, you can't.
Well, the thing is, I didn't want to tell at the beginning because I didn't know exactly for a fact. And then after a while, it was just replaying in my head. I'm like...
But you did call 911, try to get her help right away?
Immediately. And I'm pretty sure... damn, I took the cameras down. No, they were still up when I called. Immediately, as soon as it happened, I called 911.
The secrets are out, and there's no going back now. He admits arguing with his mother on the day of the murder, but arguing with Denise was not new. Perhaps it was that particular day when his bottled-up emotions took over, pushing him to such an extreme. Being a sociopath, Carlos is incapable of acknowledging his own faults. Although Carlos confessed his crimes, it appears that he's still hiding the complete truth. He claimed that he called 911 immediately, but the evidence tells a different story. Detectives retrieved his digital footprint using his mobile's GPS tracker, and an unbelievable discovery. Carlos was by the lake destroying evidence while making the 911 call. With all the evidence in hand, along with Carlos's confession, officers presented him in the court. On September 14, 2021, Carlos was charged with first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Because he was a minor at the time of the crime, he was ineligible for the death penalty. However, the cruelty of the crime, particularly the size of the axe Carlos used, made the presiding judge call Carlos an incorrigible offender and described him as unlikely to benefit from rehabilitation due to his psychopathic tendencies. The judge further stated that Carlos's behavior was a culmination of his desire for control over his mother's assets and highlighted his dangerous nature as cited by mental health experts. His actions were clearly premeditated and not driven by any sudden emotional outburst. In a jail interview, when asked why he committed the murder, he failed to provide a proper explanation, making it more likely that this brutal murder stemmed from his sociopathic nature. It could also have been considered a manifestation of schizoid personality disorder, where one fails to form attachments and feels no guilt whatsoever.
After 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Oh, we're at the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
Our friend just got knocked out.
Okay.
We don't know what to do.
Is your friend unconscious?
Yeah.
Is he breathing? Hello, are you still here? Hello?
The 911 call ended abruptly, leaving behind unanswered questions about what had really happened. What the detectives found next was so gruesome that they could never have imagined such a scenario. On the night of June 2nd, 2022, 17-year-old Ethan Liming and his friends made their way to the I Promise School in Akron, Ohio, thinking their prank would be a harmless thrill. Little did they know, their playful tricks would bring about unforeseen consequences, altering their lives unimaginably. Let's delve deeper to uncover how something that was supposed to be a prank ended in chaos. As the boys left the school, investigators arrived at the location, following an anonymous tip reporting unusual activity in the area. The investigators carefully assessed the surroundings, and the horrific scene they were confronted with deeply shook the entire community. Ethan Liming was lying dead and covered in blood in the parking lot of the I Promise school. Meanwhile, the investigators tried to piece together the evidence. They examined the surveillance footage, but it was unclear what exactly had happened there and who had done this to Ethan. After analyzing the footage, investigators identified 3 suspects and took them into custody. These suspects were identified as 19-year-old Tyler Stafford, 21-year-old Donovan Jones, and 20-year-old Deshawn Stafford. Ethan had turned into a victim in his own game, leaving everyone to wonder who the perpetrator might be.
You want to talk to us and explain what happened that night in your side of the story?
Am I going to jail?
If you're under arrest right now,
So I'm going to jail.
more than likely. But now is your time to tell your side of the story, because we only have one side of the story. And there's always 2 sides to every story. If you want to tell us your side of the story, we're more than happy to sit here and hear what you have to say to us. It is kind of crazy, and that's kind of why we want to.
I ain't gonna say y'all seen for yourself.
Well, the video isn't that good, so we can't see everything, and we don't know what you were thinking at that time. You know what I mean?
It's all about shame, but it's not his. I literally got shot at one day. Got shot, came up this way.
Okay, so just tell us what happened, man.
They was chasing us on the court with the girls that were police playing basketball. They did not come here to play basketball. They did not come do nothing that real. They literally pulled up fast as I thought those people getting out the car to shoot at us like real guns. Not what you do. I didn't look at the car. I didn't ran out and ran away. But when I ran away, my brother was still in the court. And they was running after us. And whatever they did, my brother yelled out the gun was safe. And whenever it's confronting him, he still shooting literally in my body. And then as I'm getting closer, he shot me all in my face.
Can you pull your hair up? Where did you get your hair?
Right here. All right here.
Okay. When you say you guys were on the court, who was on the court?
Me and my brother.
Some other dude. Do you know who that other dude is? You ever seen him before, nothing like that? Okay. So you were just, was he there when you got there?
Who?
The other dude. Okay. And who was the girl? You don't know her either? Was she there when you got there? You don't know? Okay. All right, go ahead. So, continue.
Whatever, he shot me in my face. So I hit him, and then he ran out the car to try to help him. Whatever. So, and as that was happening, my brother came and tried to help me and shit. And he got him off me. That's why I got all of this right here.
What's that from?
That's from the road. And I hit my head like literally he slammed me.
So you and the guy.
This is me.
Okay. And then what happened? You guys grabbed each other? Was there a tussle?
He grabbed me. He literally grabbed me, and then I slammed him.
So you slammed him onto the ground. And then what happened when he fell?
He literally let him back up, and my brother was helping me with it. Yeah, I hit him a couple times. We let him back up, and then he started following my brother because we was about to leave.
Okay. So you guys are walking away from the situation.
We literally walked away, bro.
And he came back toward you.
He was following my brother, and my brother had called my name. That's when I ran over to him and I hit him, and he fell on the ground.
So you punched him and he fell down the ground.
So when you say he was following you, where were you at when you turned around in your other car?
I'm by the car confronting the other dudes. I was about to fight them too for shooting.
By the blue car?
The blue car. Okay. So I'm over there confronting them. I'm about to fight them too. Whatever fuck. But he just still trying to fight my brother. My brother.
Okay.
So when he called me over there, I literally hit him. He went right to sleep and shit.
Okay, so when he fell, what happened after that?
I hit him 2 times.
When he was on the ground? Okay. Then what happened?
None after that, the motherfucking friends, they tried to come jump in and steal shit, but the other nigga, the one with the dreads, he ran away. And then the light skinned nigga followed him and shit.
Okay. And what about the white kid, the other white kid?
I think he was in the car, though. No, we ain't even touch him. But literally, after we knocked that nigga out, we
Did shot at you?
Yes.
He was.
He had a gun and literally ran towards, like he ran it down with that gun, like literally.
Over at the courts. Okay.
Basically assault with my fucking toy gun.
So, did you know it was a toy gun to begin with?
No, I just told they pulled up and I started running. They pulled up like they was gonna like, if you know people in the hood, bro, you know how they pull up real fast and they just get to jumping out shooting.
Okay.
That's how it was. Like,
when did you realize that it wasn't real, I guess?
I told you, my brother jumped out the gun.
The fake gun. So were you still on the court at that time?
I was like literally all the way in the back, off the court, onto the back.
So you're saying you came out and you ran away?
Yes.
Okay, so who ran towards him?
Who ran towards who?
Who ran towards the blue car originally?
I walked, like you talking about after they checked this.
When you're on the court and they're shooting at you and you realize it's a toy gun, you're running the other way. Who ran towards the blue car? Because the video showed somebody running towards the blue car, not running away.
I'm trying to, they ran back to the car. That's
correct.
Nobody ran directly towards the car.
Somebody followed.
Yeah, we can see that. I followed him back to the car.
Okay.
That was so I told you. I went to there to confront him about shooting us.
Okay. So that was you that came through.
Literally, when I'm walking up to him, he literally shoot me all in my head, literally.
Okay.
So that's when you hit him, and then you grabbed it, and you slammed
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
And then Tyler.
I tried to talk to him literally, but he literally just kept shooting. He shot me in my face. So I hate him.
Okay.
So when he was knocked down, you said you hit him a couple times.
Yes, I did.
Who kicked him?
I don't know.
You don't know? Was it you? No. Was it the other guy that you don't know? You don't know?
They probably, for real, to be honest with you, probably got kicked when we was tussling, when I started my arm. He probably got kicked back there because we was both on
Is that the marks on your hands from hitting him or from?
This from scraping on concrete.
When you slammed him?
Yeah, this is from scraping on the concrete and shit. I think this is from hitting me when I
knocked him out.
Yeah, that's my knuckle.
Is it broken or anything?
It's probably broken.
Did you go to the hospital?
So the whole thing, you guys were, when he gets knocked down, the whole thing happened afterwards, correct? And then they moved the car to go get him. What happened after that? I know you said you started confronting the other guys in the car.
We confronted the dudes in the car. They moved the car. We got in the car and they drove off and left.
Who did you move their car, that blue car up the parking lot? Who moved that? You don't know?
Nobody.
Did you see their car drive?
Well, I threw I don't know what happened. Y'all seen the throw into me. I was throwing up. I literally hit my head on the concrete right here, bro. Like, literally under my hair, bro. I couldn't do shit. I was literally disoriented. Almost passed up.
How did you drive your car home?
Yes.
How did you hit your head?
Literally grabbed my head, and then when I picked him up, literally went down, we both went down. I cracked my head up. My head was literally bleeding.
Okay. Did you grab any of their phones? When someone called 911 when we were there?
I don't know. I didn't touch nobody.
You didn't touch anybody's phone?
Okay. So you were never inside the car or reached inside the blue car?
Yeah, I reached inside the car for that gun. That gun that they had. It's in my house.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you take the gun?
Yeah, I took the gun. I was about to use it for evidence for fuck. I didn't know the little thing died until the next morning, bro. Because I was gonna report they shooting at us at the basketball court. And now all I see is the next morning these dudes dead, bro.
Let me ask you this: why didn't you just call us that night?
Because I didn't know he was fucking dead.
Well, I mean, you said you were gonna call a reporter for shooting at you,
but it
would be irrelevant.
I didn't feel like it was that serious. I'm like, cause I'm not a snitch. I'm not about to just. I'm like, oh yeah, they just caught up. They caught up here, whatever. So they shot at me. This and I'm not about to do it. I literally went home.
So, I got a question for you. Since you reached in the car to get the gun, all right, there's a third person there that nobody seems to know.
Who?
Well, you said there's three dudes. There's you and your brother, and you didn't know the other guy, correct? Okay. So, somebody moved the car. So if you reached into the car, do you have a problem if we collect your DNA? Because we're swabbing the car for DNA, and if you were in the car, we need to be able to match your DNA up to that so that we can figure out whose DNA is the one we don't know. Do you have any problem with that?
Definitely got a problem with my DNA, but I gotta have a
Okay, well, we're gonna get a search warrant for your DNA right now, and we're gonna come back and you're gonna have to give it to us. So, we'll get the judge to sign a court order, and, you need any water or anything? There's a guy going right now to pick some up for you. Yeah, we'll get you the restroom in just a minute. To get that gun that's at your house for evidence? Okay. Well, I mean, we can send a car up to get it, but, whose house is that up there? Now, do you live there or no? Like, for like weeks at a time, or? Okay. What, is your girl there now?
I don't know. She was there when y'all came down.
Can I get her phone number and I'll give her a call, and if you want, you can talk to her and tell her, hey, go ahead and let them come get it? Does she know where it's at? Let me ask you that. Okay. What's her number?
You gonna have to call. I don't know her number. But call my
Dude, you don't know your girl's number?
I got to save. I know my mom's number by heart. Like, if I save a number in my phone.
So, how am I gonna get in touch with her?
So you call my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tell her, just grab.
Is her number in your phone?
I don't have a phone. Y'all took my phone.
Right, it's here.
What?
Your phone?
My phone?
Yeah. Is it in there?
I guess so.
Okay. What's the passcode so I can get it out and call her?
I can't get my code in my phone.
Well, how am I gonna get your phone from?
I just told you.
What's your mom's name? Okay, so tell her to call your girl. Grab the toy gun, and we'll send a police car up to get it. Okay. All right. Is your mom gonna believe me if I tell her that? She's gonna have to talk. She believe? All right. Sit down.
He's gonna take pictures. Since you told us you got injured and stuff like that to corroborate your story, he's gonna take your pictures, okay? He has. You just put your hand on so you just show his knuckles.
Sure.
And then there. And then you said you have a mark on your leg.
That was, this is I got PTSD from getting shot. This is a real bullet hole.
Oh.
Okay, that's a real one.
Okay.
That's from the Orby thing?
This is from the road.
Okay. Did you get hit?
I got shot in the face over here, like the little black marks. You can barely see them.
I'll get it for you.
Take pictures of it.
Yeah, like up here. I don't know if you can see it now, like my hair all over. I got like I fell. Basically, I tried to slam you and I hit my head.
Okay. I'll just hold it up like that. Keep her. There you go.
From this footage, as Deshawn willingly confesses to everything, it's evident that he is the one who knocked out Ethan that fateful night in self-defense, without worrying about the implications. Deshawn's confession adds a significant piece to the puzzle, but the story isn't over yet. Let's see what the other suspects have to reveal.
Having your rights in mind, you want to talk to us today about why you're here? Yeah. I know, but why the charges as to why you're here. You don't know?
This is your time to tell us your story, guys.
This is your time to get your story out. We only got one side of the story right now, and you have your side of the story. Now's your time to tell us about your side of the story. I'm sorry? Hey, listen, it's not going to get you anywhere. And I don't have a smoke to give you. I don't smoke, bro. Do you want to tell us your side of the story? Because right now...
Did you all see the camera? Did anyone of you all see the camera?
What cameras?
Did you all see any camera?
Yeah, we watched some cameras. Yeah.
Have you all seen that? You all seen them?
No, actually, because the cameras aren't good. So now's your time. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it looks really bad on you guys right now. Obviously. The way the little boy was beat up, yeah. But we need to know the whole story, and we need you to tell us your side of it. Because there's two sides to every story, man. And we're willing to sit down and listen to what you got to say.
Well, from what y'all seen us playing basketball, as y'all seen.
Okay. So you were playing basketball with it?
My brother playing basketball.
Okay. Who was the little girl there?
Daddy. Little girl.
Yeah, there was a girl. I mean, here's the thing, man.
The person that knows my brother.
Here's the thing, man. Hey, listen. We've spent 16 hours a day here for the last week since this has happened, looking into this. And we know a lot more than you think you know. So I know who was there.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what I know.
Okay, so who all was there?
Me, my brother,
Okay.
and somebody who was hooping, and Steve was playing basketball.
What's the other man's name?
I don't know his name.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead. Okay.
A blue car pull up. Somebody driving, two people in the back. They get out, start shooting at us.
Okay.
With a gun. I don't know if it was real or not, but I ended up just standing right there on the courts without running. Then my brother and the other person ran. They shooting that gun. It had ice balls in it, hitting us. And my brother got shot in his face.
Okay.
That's why we started fighting.
Did you get hit?
Yes, I got
You got
hit.
hit.
We all got hit.
Did the other guy?
Standing right there got hit with them.
Did the other guy get hit?
Everybody got hit with them. Everybody standing right there got hit with them.
So everybody got hit with them, and then what happened?
They ran off.
Mm-hmm.
Told my brother, because I seen what happened. I'm like, this fake guns. Because they thought it was real guns. He was running for his life. He was scared.
Okay.
Like them fake.
So when did you realize they were fake?
When they walked up, they started shooting, right?
Right.
My brother and the other person takes off. Started running. I did not run. I was bagged up.
Okay.
I see what they shooting. You feel what I'm saying? I can see what they shooting.
Okay.
They shooting them wordy guns with ice in them. Hitting my brother in the face, hitting me in the face. So we walked back. After they left, like ran off a little bit. They walked back because they started chasing us. Walked over.
Who started chasing you?
The two people out of the car started trying to chase us.
Okay.
But they see me just standing there because I was not worried about that. Even though it's hitting me with ice. Go over there. My brother confronted him about it. He started shooting my brother in the face. That's how the fight started. I don't know about how that man died or nothing, but all I know is he got knocked out. Ended the conversation after that. That's all I know.
Okay, so who knocked him out?
Austin, I don't know.
So you, your brother, and the other random guy.
We all was fighting, bro. Everybody.
So you were all fighting.
Everybody was fighting.
You were all fighting.
Yes.
Okay.
All of us not all fighting him like all three of us jumping him. No. All of us fighting. All of us. Like you get what I'm saying? Like,
So were you fighting with the other passengers in the car?
that's what I'm saying. I'm not. We weren't jumping him. We was fighting.
So your brother.
Four of us against three of us.
Okay, so
Four of them against three.
so your brother goes to
Confront who got the gun,
Okay.
shooting him in his face.
Okay.
Literally sitting there shooting him in his face while he's trying to confront him.
Okay. So your brother confronts him and you know, grab each other. What happens after that? Was it straight up start throwing punches? Who starts swinging?
Well, I don't know the man. I don't know the names. I don't know them.
I mean, did your brother get hurt? Was the guy injuries?
He got shot in his face, and he got a lot of scars on his face.
Did the other guy land any punches, or do you know?
Yeah, they were swinging at each other.
Okay.
All I can tell you is, I don't know none of them people. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Next to I ain't just saying that. I would be more visited about it, but other than that, I don't know shit.
Okay. So when your brother
it was never a race crime or none of that.
No, and nobody ever said it was. I mean,
I heard that.
Well, you know that crap's on social media, and you can't believe anything on there. So when your brother and the guy are fighting, what happens then? How does it end?
And first of all, the two people that was shooting the gun was not even the person I was driving. The person I was driving was the person who got knocked out, right?
Okay.
He got out the car. After my brother confronted the dude and hit him, he got out the car, trying to fight. My brother, so they started fighting or whatever. He let him go. He got up, you feel me? He got up. They could have got back in the car and left, you feel me? They still was trying to fight.
Okay.
Then that's when he tried to fight with me. He tried to fight me. And all I said was, bruh. And then that's when my brother came over here. They started fighting again.
Okay.
Then somebody knocked him out.
He got knocked out, and then what?
Then that's when I guess his friend called 911 or whatever. He was like, he's still breathing or whatever. But I didn't know he was dead.
Okay. So his friend called 911. Who grabbed his phone? The guy, when he was on the phone on 911, someone grabbed his phone. Did you hear that? Do you know who did that? Was it you? Was it your brother?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Do you think so or you don't?
I don't. Was it the third guy that you don't know? So after the dude's knocked out on the ground, do you guys just leave? Or what happens?
Saying other people.
Okay, so how did it, I guess, tell me how it came to an end.
Fighting other people. After he got knocked out, we started fighting other people because they were shooting at us too.
Okay.
Then they ran off. Once they ran off, we just left.
You left in your car?
I don't have.
Well, the car that you came in. Who drove the victim's car? Was it you? Drove it through the parking lot. It wasn't you?
I'm not in this car. I took one of them guns out of there.
You what now?
Took one of them Orby guns out of there to have evidence.
So where's that Orby gun at?
Where I got arrested.
It's in there? Okay. So you don't know who drove his car across the parking lot? No. Did, who chased the dude over to the McDonald's, the dudes over to the McDonald's line? That you guys picked, you picked him up?
Who picked who up?
There's one guy chased the three boys over towards the McDonald's lot and then got picked up in your car again. Who was that? Was that your brother you picked up?
I didn't pick him up.
So you didn't drive the car at all?
I don't have a vehicle. I don't drive.
I understand that.
I didn't pick nobody.
So you didn't operate your brother's vehicle? No, I didn't. Okay.
Like, I only did one time. I did operate one time.
Like that night?
I pulled his car from the side where we was already coming from. We was hoping that it was like, so you know how the Bronco set up?
Yeah.
Just the court. And it's the parking lot like this, and then go like that.
Uh-huh.
The car was over here. I pulled his car this way.
Okay, so you pulled his car from where it was parked when you guys were hooping, and back around towards where all this was going on. Okay. But you never saw anybody drive the blue car that the other guys drove up? No. Okay.
Definitely went in there.
You did go in the car to grab your gun?
To grab the gun.
The gun, okay. Did, so what you're telling us is your DNA will be in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask is, would you be willing to give us a sample of your DNA so that we can say that this is your DNA, this is why it's in the car, and then the person's DNA, the third person that you don't know that we're assuming is the person that drove the car, it's pretty much got to be that third person that you don't know, right? So what we need to do is have your DNA so that we can figure out who the last person's DNA is so that we can figure out who they are. Are you okay with that? It's really easy. All we do is just put a Q-tip in your mouth and we'll be done. That sound all right?
As the key details are unraveled, is there anything more that the detectives are unaware of? Let's dive into the next clip, where the truth reaches its conclusion.
If you could give me maybe like a storyline about when you guys were playing basketball, what happened, what you felt was going on, and where it went from there and how it went.
Playing basketball?
Yeah.
Playing like 3 games. We was on the second game.
Okay.
And halfway through the game, a car just pulled up.
Yeah.
At first, nobody did hop out, so ain't no license on that. So the game stopped.
Gotcha.
Then somebody hopped out and just started shooting.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was a real game. So
Yeah.
I had ran back. Yeah. They still shooting. I'm just like, why they still shooting?
Yeah.
At that point, I just tell everybody to shoot. I'm really basically talking.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
When you say everybody, you mean like your cousins and then the other people too?
Yes.
Okay. So you're trying to be like a mediator? Okay.
And it's escalated.
Yes.
Once he grabbed my cousin, it escalated.
Okay. So when you say he grabbed your cousin, which cousin did he grab? Because we have, and I'm just letting you know, we got cameras from McDonald's, we got cameras from the Akron school, and then Vanderveer across the street. So we got like all the events. So during the fight being that it's in the center of the lot, like where the basketball court is, it's well lit up.
Yeah.
And then the center of the parking lot, the videos kind of get pixelated, so you can't tell what you're doing, and you can't tell what your other two cousins are doing, and you can't pick out who is who because it's like so pixelated. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, which one of the people, and I don't even know if you can identify him, grabbed your cousin? Was it one of the ones that was shooting the gun?
Yes.
Okay. Was it one of the white kids or one of the black kids?
One of the white kids.
One of the white kids. Okay. Did you know how many kids were in that car?
4 total.
4 total?
Yes.
Do you remember there being 2 white kids and 2 black kids?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did all of those guys get out of the car during that fight?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of a fight ensued? You said you were trying to squash things, and then once one of them grabbed your cousin, like what happened at that point?
They basically all got out of the car.
Okay. So it's getting ready to turn into like a fight?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because my cousin tried to catch a gun.
Okay.
Because he was shooting in the face.
Okay.
Still.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He's been abroad.
Okay. So at that point during the fight, do you remember what happened? Like, was the fight, like everybody fighting, or was it a couple people fighting?
At that point, it was just really 2 of my cousins fight. I was really going over to shot to protect my cousin.
Gotcha.
I didn't jump.
Mm-hmm.
Then next thing I know is I just heard just a loud collision, like somebody just fell to the ground.
Okay.
Then
when you heard that loud collision, was that like right by that light pole?
Yes.
Okay. So was it one of the people that were trying to fight you guys, and one of your cousins, 2 of your cousins, just you, or who was it over there? Because you're saying you're saying you wasn't right there. You heard the loud collision, like someone falling.
Yeah.
Who was involved in that fight when he was falling?
My cousin and him, because he was trying to fight my other cousin.
Okay. When you say your other cousin, which one? Because, like I said, it's back and forth. No.
That was the one he was fighting. He was fighting.
And then, what happened with those 2 fighting? So you 2 came over.
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. And when you 2 came over, when did you hear that collision or that person falling?
Once those 2 running back to the car, after that point, I'm not even really worried about this way because they ran to the car to they can leave.
Okay.
But them 2 were still fighting.
Okay.
Because he was still throwing punches.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to fight my cousin. And he had turned around. And it was just a hit. And it looked like he was knocked out until he hit his head. Then I heard this boom, like he cracked his head or something.
Okay.
And I'm over here asking them, why is y'all pulling up doing stuff like that? No, Mr. Tucker.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. We get those questions too, trust me. So, the kid with the gun, the white kid, was fighting with Deshawn at first.
Yeah.
And that's when you heard the collision, the fall.
Yeah.
And then you noticed the other kids go back to the car, and at that point you thought things were calming down and cool because they were retreating to their car. So you started feeling like things were calming down. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much, because at that point I was talking to them. I was like, why y'all doing stuff like this and knowing the situation?
Okay.
Like, that's something I best would be told.
Okay. And while that kid was on the ground, do you know what happened after that?
Yeah, I was talking to the guys. So they pulled over there.
Yeah.
Trying to get me.
Okay.
Back in the corner.
Yep.
Pulled back over to the other side.
Gotcha.
Had punched the two guys.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was when the one guy was on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you grab his phone too?
No.
You didn't grab his phone? Okay. All right. Is there any reason your DNA might be on his phone or something like that? Okay. We just had a whole bunch of crushed cell phones out there, so the cars could have ran him over for all I know. I don't know. Anything specific or anything like that?
Not right now.
No.
You said your DNA is on me on the phone, though.
The suspect's confessions intertwine perfectly and leave no room for doubt. It was Deshawn's fatal punch that ultimately caused Ethan's death. The confessions also reveal that it was one of Ethan's friends who had made the anonymous 911 call and couldn't effectively coordinate with the officers who arrived at the crime scene. The confrontation had then spiraled into a deadly encounter that shattered lives forever, bearing the weight of a heartbreaking loss. The only outcome was bleak, paving the way to nothing but time behind bars. Initially, both the brothers were charged with murder, but those charges were reduced in July 2022, and the $1 million bonds were also modified following the new indictments.
At this time, I will modify bond in the amount of $25,000, 10%.
Two other suspects involved had their bonds reduced to $5,000. Attorney John Sin previously said his client defended himself during an altercation with Liming and others.
Following their trials in October 2023, Deshawn Stafford, 21, was found guilty of first-degree aggravated assault and assault. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison and 6 months in jail. However, Tyler, 20, was only found guilty of misdemeanor assault and was sentenced to 6 months in jail.
Stafford, on count 1 of the indictment, the court will impose a sentence of 6 months incarceration for the crime of assault, a misdemeanor of the first degree. As I stated, Mr. Stafford has been found guilty of 1 count of aggravated assault, a felony of the 4th degree, and 1 count of misdemeanor assault. A few things about the law related to sentencing on these counts. First, pursuant to statute, whenever a defendant is found guilty of both a misdemeanor and a felony, any period of incarceration imposed for those offenses must be served concurrently or at the same time.
Donovan Jones pleaded no contest to 2 counts of assault, a first-degree misdemeanor, in October 2023. He was sentenced to 180 days of suspended jail.
Victor, I'm not your mom and I'm not your dad. Okay, I'm a law enforcement officer. We know exactly what happened in that apartment.
And on your 18th birthday, we're going to send you to prison for the rest of your life.
This is Victor Alice, who found himself in custody after being accused of the horrific murder of Coranne Cervantes on the night of February 4th, 2014 in Houston, Texas. Blind to the reality that he's never going back home, Victor remains adamant in his denials, shifting the blame onto his friend, Jose Reyes. But what he doesn't realize is that the detectives have already peeled back the layers of his lies, and his darkest secrets are about to come to light.
You just stood there while he did everything? You didn't do anything?
Yeah, I was barred out and I was tripping. I was just...
Because that's not what Jose's saying, Victor. Well, let me tell you what. We had Jose sitting in that exact chair last night for an hour and a half, and he told us everything.
However, the detail he is about to reveal wouldn't just be a confession, but a chilling demonstration of the final moments of the crime.
That's when I just put my bed around like this and I put it in the loop and I just start pulling it.
On February 8th, 2014, a teenager had entered the Abandoned Bays apartment complex to smoke, but stumbled upon a nightmare instead. What he discovered was a room that was spattered with blood and a lifeless, half-naked body lying upside down. As he informed his friends about the gruesome discovery, they immediately called 911. When the detectives arrived at the crime scene, they identified the body as that of 15-year-old Coranne Cervantes. However, even with a crime scene looking straight out of a nightmare, detectives were unable to find any potential suspects. With no trials to follow and leads to pursue, the case was on the verge of going cold, but that would soon change. A few days after the murder, Jose Reyes met his sister and confided in her about what he and Victor had done to Coranne. This conversation was overheard by the mother of Reyes' child, who couldn't keep the truth to herself. She contacted the Webster Police Department and informed them about the incident. The Webster Department subsequently reached out to the Houston Police Department and eventually obtained arrest warrants for both Jose Reyes and Victor Alias. Prior to Victor's interrogation, Jose had already been interviewed, which was something that Victor was unaware of.
Victor, you realize I'm a homicide detective, right?
Yes, sir.
You have any idea why you're here?
Because I got blamed for something.
What do you think you got blamed for?
Well, the lady told me it was for the murder of Coranne.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Let's talk. Let's get out of here. Like, I'm here for no reason. I was with her on the 4th. I wasn't with her on the 5th. On the 5th, I was home all day because I had to go to court.
Okay, so where did you go with Coranne?
We were at one of Randy's friend's house. I don't know her.
Okay. Where else did y'all go?
After that, we all dispersed because Randy he got picked up, and then we went to the plantation, and then I was like, well, I'm going to go home because my aunt's about to go pick up my cousin from work, and she always leaves 30 minutes before she picks up my cousin from work. So I left like before she woke up and had to go pick up my cousin.
You realize what you say in this room is going to decide decades of your life?
Mm-hmm.
But we're not playing games?
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
I'm not telling you all I know.
No, you're not. You're not even close. You haven't even started touching the truth yet, Victor.
What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me the truth. That's what I want.
Truth.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to know?
Where did you go with Coranne and Jose?
Coranne, we were at Randy's friend's apartment.
And then where did y'all go?
Then we left.
To where?
I left from my house.
No.
Yes, I did.
You're already starting to lie.
You can ask my parents. I went home.
Oh, I plan on asking them, but I know exactly where you went. We know a whole lot of stuff that you don't think we know.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, you're not. We can bicker back and forth all day long, but I need to get through to you somehow. You're not going home after this, Victor. You're not. You're not going home, buddy. Okay? What you say to me in this room, what you say to me and my partner in this room, is going to decide decades of your life.
So how come I don't get to go home? I didn't do nothing.
Because you're in custody. You're under arrest.
But I didn't do nothing.
Yes, you did, Victor.
What did I do?
You murdered Coranne with Jose.
I did not murder Coranne.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what. We had Jose sitting in that exact chair last night for an hour and a half, and he told us everything.
I didn't murder Coranne. How many times do I have to explain to y'all? I didn't do it.
Well, you haven't explained nothing. So how many times are you going to lie to us before you start telling us the truth?
What do y'all want to know? Ask me the question.
All right, here's what I want you to know, okay? You're going to get charged with this thing, and you're going to go on trial, all right? There's going to be 12 people, and we've got all kinds of evidence that shows what you did, and we're going to present it, and they're going to be mad. They're going to see what I'm going to show you in a minute that I know you've already seen before. What happened to this 15-year-old girl? The horrible way that she died. Hold on. They're going to see that. They're going to be pissed. The only shot you have at making things easier on yourself and making this thing in any way as right as it possibly can be is to start telling the truth.
I'm trying to cooperate with y'all. I'm asking y'all, what do you...
I'm in an interview. Quit calling me.
Because I did not do it. On my right hand to God, I did not do this. I hanged out with her the day before I went to court. And after that, I didn't see her at all.
Oh, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You understand that we processed her body in that apartment, right?
Yeah.
You understand we got DNA off of her and fingerprints off of her. Okay? So what are you going to say when that comes back as yours?
Well, I can tell you that I had sex with her in Randy's friend's apartment. If that's what y'all want to know.
So now we're starting to take a little bit of steps here. You need to start taking more.
You know exactly what happened inside that vacant apartment between you, Coranne, and Jose. All right? And you're not listening to me or my partner. You're not listening. It's not getting through to you. And I tell you what, in 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 years, you're going to wish you could go back in time to this time right now in this room and tell us the truth.
Because
you're not listening.
Those 12 people that I've talked about, they're going to find you guilty. Okay? What they're going to have to decide is, are we dealing with a psychotic psychopath that we need to put away for the rest of his life so he can't do this to anyone else? Or are we dealing with a kid that made a bad mistake and who maybe deserves at some point down the line a second shot at life? Let that sink in, because this is your one opportunity to save some part of a life for yourself and bring some justice to what was done to this girl, which is flat out horrible. People are not going to understand it. They're going to be mad. You got to tell us why this happened, and you got to show us that you've got some kind of remorse and some kind of a soul in you.
I'm gonna tell you how this is how everything happened.
Please do.
Randy texted me on Facebook, told me that he wanted to chill. I did not know he was with Coranne.
Initially, Victor is adamant about minimizing his involvement, completely denying any connection to the murder. However, what he doesn't realize is that detectives are already aware of the crime that he's committed and, from the beginning, are prepared for an intense confrontation, leaving no room for his games. Despite the mounting evidence, Victor stubbornly clings to his fabricated version of events, hoping to save himself, but the detectives aren't going to stop until every secret is spilled out.
I went over there to the Hamptons, and Coranne was there, and we went to go get some bars. Randy went to go get them, and then we went to the laundromat, and after the laundromat, it was kind of cold, so Randy said, let's go to a Vaco that he knew at the Bays. All right, so we went to the vacant apartment, and then we went to, when Randy's friend told him, we went to her apartment, Randy's friend's apartment. And then that's when Coranne said Jose was coming over. Jose came over, and we were just chilling, and my aunt was about to go pick up Frank, so then Randy was about to leave, so we went to the plantation. I left Coranne at the plantation. Yes, that's what happened.
Victor, I'm not your mom and I'm not your dad. Okay, I'm a law enforcement officer. Throwing your hands up like this and talking to me like I'm your mom or dad, like you took the car out when you weren't supposed to, isn't going to work with me. Okay, it's not going to work with my partner either. We know exactly what happened in that apartment. Jose told us everything, Victor. You need to start telling the truth. You're telling about this much of the truth, and this is the truth.
So what do you want?
What happened in that apartment? What's your version of it? Because all we got is Jose's version. And he's dropping you in the grease. He's blaming this all on you. Is that how you want to go to trial?
No, sir.
With just Jose's statement?
No, sir.
Do you think she deserved that? You want to see the pictures?
Yeah, I think you
They're
need to
pretty
take a
bad.
look at what you did.
What happened in that apartment, Victor?
That used to be a 15-year-old girl with her life ahead of her. You did this. Yes, the people in court are going to see this, and they're going to know you did it. Those things stuffed into her are going to have your DNA and prints on them.
I did not even touch that. I did not even do that.
As Victor refuses to break easily, the detectives aren't ready to leave any stone unturned. They employ a strategy used in the Reed technique called shift the blame method to instill a sense of urgency or betrayal in the suspect by claiming that the co-suspect has already confessed or shifted blame onto the suspect, intending to prompt a confession. Although the strategy is turning out to be a game changer, instead of confessing, Victor only makes a fool of himself with his bizarre claims.
I was having with her, and then Jose started hitting her, okay?
And what happened?
He started hitting her with the ashtray. And then I just stood up and I started flipping out. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared. I already have an open case. I didn't know what was going to happen. I saw him hitting her with the ashtray and she was bleeding everywhere. And the first thing she does is gets up and tells me, she's like, Victor, why are you doing this? And I didn't even touch her. I'm telling y'all the truth right now. Jose started hitting her with the ashtray and I didn't even know what was going on. I just got up. I was like, what the f are you doing, bro? And then I don't know what he said. I just got up. I walked to the living room and I'm like, what the f is going on? I just started tripping. I didn't know. Jose started doing that to her.
So you're telling me that Jose did everything and you just stood there and did nothing?
Yes, sir. I was tripping. I didn't know what was going on.
That's not true. That's not true, Victor.
Yes, it is.
The only way you're going to feel better and the only way this is going to go better for you is to tell us what you did, not what Jose did. We know that you hit her.
I didn't hit her.
Yes, you did, Victor. Yes, you did.
I'm telling y'all the truth. I was having with her. Jose started hitting her. She got up. She looked at me and she was like,
why did Jose start hitting her?
I don't know. We was in the dark room. I was having with her. Jose just comes out of nowhere and starts hitting her.
Which one of y'all hit her with the toilet basin top?
Jose did.
Okay, so your fingerprints aren't going to be on it at all? Your DNA is not going to be on that toilet-based
I
stuff?
picked it up and I was gonna get rid of it, and Jose was like, "Nah, just."
Oh, all right. You're just laying it worse and worse on yourself, Victor. No one is going to buy this crap. Even if we didn't have all this evidence, and the more that we're going to get. You keep saying honestly, and then you tell us a little bit more of the truth. So you weren't honest the first time. This is your one opportunity. You're 16 years old. You're going to be 60 in prison because people are going to see this interview and know that you're full of and that you don't care about what happened to her.
Hey, Victor, can I throw you a lifeline?
Sure.
Everything you say in this room will determine whether you are prosecuted in juvenile court, or we're going to certify you as an adult. And on your 18th birthday, we're going to send you to prison for the rest of your life. All right? These are your options. Talk to us. Stop this lying. Save yourself. And make a decision right now. Because every time you lie to us, the jury is going to look at that and goes, if he lies to those cops one more time, I'm going to send him up for 10 more years. And if you lie again, they're going to say, I'm going to send that kid up for 10 more years. So do yourself a favor. Make that man decision right now that you're either going to be prosecuted as a juvenile or you're going to be prosecuted as an adult. And you're not serving yourself well by lying. No more lies.
Okay.
All right? You tell us from start to finish. You tell these detectives from start to finish. And if you tell one more lie, you have no chance of seeing this resolved in the juvenile courts. Last chance.
As Victor narrates his side of the story, it's unfortunate that Coranne is not present to share her version of events. There might be a possibility that an assault occurred instead of a consensual act of intimacy, as Victor claims. It seems convenient for him to fabricate a story that suits his interests. Additionally, being equally involved in the murder, he consistently excludes himself from it and shifts all the blame onto Jose. However, to overcome such an adamant suspect, the detectives come forward with a sharper tactic. They attempt to induce a sense of fear in Victor, pushing him to disclose all his dark secrets.
After Jose started hitting her, he told me to get my belt, and choke her because she was going to say everything. I was scared. I didn't think.
So you choked her with your own belt?
Yeah.
Or a belt that you brought?
Belt that I brought.
Was it wrapped around your waist?
Yeah.
So you were wearing the belt and you took it off? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or did you bring it there for the whole purpose of killing her?
I didn't even know that was going on. Like, he started hitting her. I started tripping out, and then he was like, choke her because she can say stuff. So I didn't think. I was just thinking about like the 2 felonies I have. I have an open case. I didn't want these.
Hey, Victor, forget those cases, man. Forget them. They don't mean anything now. This means everything. Okay? Did she try to get away once Jose started hitting her?
She just sat up, and she was like, why are you doing this to me? And she looked at me like she was talking to me. She was like, why are you doing this to me? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she was like, why are you hitting me? And then I just get up and I'm like, what the f? I just started getting scared because she said she kept trying to say it was me when it was Jose. I just leave the room, and I'm just tripping. I don't know what's going on. And Jose's like, he's like, take off your belt. He's like, she's gonna talk.
Okay, so you put your belt around her neck, and then what happened?
I started choking her.
For how long?
Like 3-5 minutes. It's my 18 belt.
I want you to pretend I'm her. Okay? Show me what you did to her. Is she standing or is she sitting?
She's sitting.
Or is she on the ground? She's sitting? What is she sitting in?
Just the middle of the living room.
I want you to actually put it around me, and I don't want you to tighten it 1 second, but I want you to show these detectives what you did.
I just
stand up. Were you standing or were you sitting?
I was standing.
Pretend I'm her.
I'm behind her.
Okay, and where was your friend?
Jose, he was in front of her.
He's here where this detective is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is he standing or sitting?
She's who?
Is your no? She's standing at this point?
No, she's sitting.
Yeah.
He's standing.
He's standing. So you're behind her.
Yes, sir.
He's in front of you, you and her. Okay, and what is he doing something to her at this time?
No, he's just telling her to be quiet and to be quiet. And that's when I just put my bed around like this and I put in the loop and I just start pulling it. And when she
And did she try to resist?
No, she was just choking. She was just, I was just choking her and she was just.
Were her fingers inside here or outside?
No, sir.
Where were her hands all the time?
On her side, I think.
All right, give me a little demonstration. Show me what you're talking about here.
Well, she was like, when I started doing it, she was on the floor, and then I got on the floor and kept pulling. And then I was like...
Pulling what, the handle here?
Yeah.
Pulling the handle a little bit.
This right here.
With one hand or two?
Both.
Okay, well, all right, that's what you're doing? And can she talk at this point, or is she...
No, she was just trying to gasp for air, and then...
It took about how long, you said?
Like 3 or 5 minutes.
What happened 5 minutes after you started?
I just started thinking, I looked at her, and I just took my belt off, and I was like, I can't do it.
Show me one more time.
Huh?
So show me one more time. You put it around her neck?
Yes, sir.
Do it one more time. She's looking at your friend, and you walked up behind her. Does she know you behind her? Does she know what you're doing? Or you sneak up behind her?
Yeah, she knows.
And she didn't resist?
Like, when Jose was talking to her while it happened, and then I just put her around her neck.
Did her face turn red or blue? Or
it turned blue, and that's when I looked at her, and then I just pulled it off. I was like, I can't do this.
Did she collapse to the ground?
Yeah. She was already sitting on the floor, and she collapsed.
Did she talk after that, or no more talking after that?
When I took my belt off, she started gasping for air.
Hits her with the ashtray about how many times you think again? Like 5 times, and then you choke her for 3 to 5 minutes. And after that, are you telling me that Jose is the one that did everything to her?
Yeah.
You just stood there while he did everything? You didn't do anything?
Yeah, I was barred out and I was tripping. I was just...
Because that's not what Jose's saying, Victor.
What is he saying?
He's saying you did some of the hitting too, buddy.
I did not hit her. I'm telling you the truth, the honest truth right now. I did not hit her. Like, I choked her because he was like, choke her, she's gonna snitch. Okay. And then when I was choking her, I looked at her and I just let go of the belt. And then
And then after that, you're telling me that Jose did everything else.
Yeah, like when he grabbed the toilet thing and just broke it on her face. And then that's when I picked it up and I was like, what the f*** are you doing?
Why would you pick it up?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I don't know.
I think you probably hit her with it, didn't you?
No, sir. I didn't even touch her. That's the only thing I did to her is I choked her. Because I was scared. I was not thinking. I was barred out. I just didn't know what to do.
The detectives realized that both suspects participated in the torture, though they believed that Jose was the primary instigator behind the murder. However, one critical question remains unanswered. During the investigation, the detectives found strange carvings on Coranne's body, strikingly similar to the carvings found among Jose's possessions. And this potential clue will lead the detectives to the real, chilling motive behind Coranne's murder. A motive far from ordinary, exposing the depths of Jose's sinister tendencies.
Isn't Jose into, like, Satan and stuff like that?
I don't know.
Come on, man.
No, I really don't know. Like, me and...
How long you known Jose?
I've known him for, like, half a year. Like, I don't really know him. Like, it was, like, an on and off friendship. Like, we used to go to Clear Lake together, but we really didn't talk. And then he moved to Friendswood, and he started chilling with Randy. Then I started chilling with him a little bit, but I really don't know much about him.
So, are you into Satan stuff?
Why would I have a cross tattoo, though?
People get stuff and then change their views.
I've been Christian my whole life.
Well, then why is Jose telling us that y'all killed her to sell your souls to the devil?
No, that's a lie. I did not. I did not do that. I would not sell my soul to the devil.
Jose just made that up?
He said he was going to sell his soul to the devil, but I'm not selling my soul.
When did he say that?
He's been talking about it for a long time.
So you have known that he's into Satan stuff?
Well, yeah, like, but I didn't really believe him. I thought he was just playing around. Then.
Did he talk about it that night?
I don't think so.
I think you probably remember.
No, he didn't talk about it. Like, I don't know the reason why he did it. The only reason I choked her because I didn't want her to say anything because I already had an open case.
And he did all, you're saying that he did the rest of this stuff to her. Where were you when he was doing it?
Just by the kitchen.
You were watching him do it?
Yeah, I was just panicking.
What was he saying while he was doing it?
Nothing. He was just doing it and I was just walking back and forth.
Was she alive when he was doing this stuff to her?
No.
At what point did you think she died?
Maybe when he like started stabbing her eyes, cause she was still like gasping for air after I let go of the seat, whatever that's called.
Belt.
The belt. After I let go of the belt, she was still gasping. That's when I got up. I just dropped the belt. I just started walking back and forth. I didn't know what to do.
About how long did he work on her? And
not that long. It was just like 5 minutes, and then she was like, "All right, let's go." I was like, "Come on, let's go." I just wanted to get out of there. I'm pretty sure if y'all found the screwdriver, it was at the church. So I'm telling y'all, I threw the screwdriver at the church.
After all this is over, I'm sure y'all had a conversation, right?
Actually, we did not even talk at all. I was like...
You didn't ask him why he did that?
Yeah, I was like, "Why'd you do it?" He was like, "Don't worry about it." And I was like, "What the f-?" And I just got mad. Like, my mind was full of anger. I just wanted to get home, just forget about everything, just not see nothing.
What was Jose's demeanor after y'all left the apartment? Was he happy, sad, angry?
He was saying something about how he was, like, it feels good or something, and I just...
Jose Reyes and Victor Alias were accused of kidnapping, assaulting, strangling, mutilating, and killing Coranne Cervantes. As if the harrowing details of the murder were not enough, the mother of Reyes' child, Agapita Gonzalez, claimed that Jose told her that he killed Coranne because somebody wanted her soul, further solidifying the absurdity behind Jose's actions. In December 2014, a jury found Jose Reyes guilty of capital murder in the death of Coranne Cervantes. In June 2015, Victor Alias was tried for capital murder and was eventually found guilty. Because both were under 18 at the time of the murder, they could not receive the death penalty. Instead, both were sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole in 2054. During the verdict hearing, Jose displayed no emotions. Additionally, he had written a letter in jail that showed no signs of remorse for the horrific murder he committed.
9 months later, after committing a horrible act and sitting in jail, waiting for U12, he has the audacity to write someone and say, "I stabbed the 60 times." She was not...
Assistant Harris County District Attorney Martina Longoria said, "There are so many horrible, heinous, and inhumane things this defendant did."
So now what you're doing is you're just selling me a load of bullshit. You're basically pissing on my back and telling me it's right here.
And I'm telling you, there was a fourth person in that car.
This is 26-year-old Stephen Monroe, arguably one of the most arrogant suspects the detectives have ever encountered. He's accused of shooting to death 16-year-old Noah Smith during a gang fight. The detective wastes no time in giving him a brutal reality check.
You need to tell me the truth. The truth that happened that night is that you guys go down there, you're in the front seat, you have your Glock on you, this boy shot at you and tried to kill you. You guys pull around and you shot at him back. Was it self-defense?
I never had a gun, bro.
But getting closure from Stephen won't be as easy as the detectives thought. Instead, they're about to be met with even more arrogance and a twist they never saw coming.
I didn't shoot.
Oh, they don't
know what I'm telling you, bro. That's all I can tell you.
What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
I didn't shoot any gun.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
On January 12, 2022, 26-year-old Stephen Monroe, 23-year-old Tyrese Patterson, and 16-year-old Devondre Williams were in a black Kia Niro SUV driving through Bunnell, Florida. They went live on Instagram at 5 p.m., taunting Ed Sampson, a guy from a rival gang. They were daring him to fight. The trio circled the area around 405 South Anderson Street several times, seemingly looking for trouble. Around 10 p.m., Monroe and Patterson opened fire at Terrell Sampson, Ed Sampson's brother, sparking a dangerous exchange of gunfire. In the chaos, Terrell's friend, 16-year-old Noah Smith, stepped outside his house, completely unaware of the ongoing gang conflict. A bullet struck him, passed through his body, and killed him instantly. Stephen Monroe and the other suspects were finally arrested in May 2022, months after evading law enforcement. Once in custody, Stephen was brought into the interrogation room, where the pressure of the situation began to overpower him. As the detectives pressed for answers, Stephen did his best to manipulate and evade them, but the truth slowly began to surface.
So, some of the things that we want to talk about here today is basically clarification on some of the stuff from the incident with Noah Smith from January. Okay, so we have spent obviously hundreds, thousands of hours collecting all the information from everybody that was there, all the cameras, all the cell phone records, all the Instagram records, all that. So there's some inconsistencies in what you told us that we need to clarify, okay? Now, I want to ask you one more time, who was in the car the night when you left Rose Petal Drive and you went down to Pinell that ultimately ended up with Noah Smith passing away?
Some dude that I didn't know, and then it was me, Dre, and Pooh.
Okay, where were you seating?
On this, behind the dude on the left side, from the dude that I didn't know.
Okay, so who was in the front seat?
I think Pooh and Dre was on the right side of me.
Okay, so this is that, and I'm glad that's the first thing you said, because this is the inconsistencies that we have, okay? So we've met with Dre, and we've also met with Tyrese.
Okay.
All right, they have made it very clear exactly what occurred that night. And what we've determined is that you're being less than honest with us. Yes, about who was in the car that night and where everybody was seated.
No, sir.
Well, all the evidence would suggest that you're not telling us the exact story. We know that there was only 3 people in the car that night. So this guy that you've talked about, this guy with the wigs that was supposedly driving the car, we can tell at this point for sure that that person does not exist. Okay, we know who was driving because they've told us out of their own mouth that they were driving. Devondre Williams, in an interview with his mom and us, sat there and told us very clearly that he drove the car down to Pinell that night. Okay, and he said very clearly that only him, you, and Tyrese Patterson were in that car.
It's not true.
Okay, well, in an independent, separate conversation with Tyrese Patterson today, Tyrese Patterson confirmed that Devondre Williams was driving, and then you and Tyrese Patterson were on the right side of the car. Okay, so we have witnesses, cameras, cell phone records. When phones are in a car with each other, they communicate with each other, and they can kind of tell who's all touching each other's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all this. And there is no 4th phone in the car, no 4th person. How would you say that? Okay, are you sure you're talking about the same night that I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you what they told us. They told us that Devondre was driving the car. You guys leave Rose Petal. You drive down to Pinell. Tyrese says that you guys were going to his grandma's house to pick up some weed. You pass the block. Terrell Sampson standing on the corner. Terrell starts shooting at you guys. You make the block, come around. Shots were returned at Terrell Sampson. Okay? We've been told that Devondre Williams had a gun, but he did not shoot anybody that night. Okay, so Devondre was driving, Tyrese was in the back seat on the passenger side, and you were in the front on the passenger side. Okay, shots were fired at Terrell Sampson. Nobody hit Terrell Sampson. All right, some would say unfortunately. I don't want to say that, but some would say that.
That's not the truth.
Okay, well, we have also reviewed all your Instagram stuff, your cell phone. We've gone through everything. There's no mention of any 4th person. We interviewed everybody that was at the house that night. We talked to Adrian, Crystal, Glib, Nevaeh. Everybody clearly states that there was no 4th person in the car that night. It was just the 3 of you. Now, what you're risking is, if this is not true, what you're risking is now you have become the only person that's not telling the truth about this.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
There was 4 people in that car.
Okay.
The detective lays it all out. Step by step, he walks Stephen through the events of January 12th, establishing a timeline. Every turn of the SUV, every word from Instagram Live. It's all there. Nothing is left to the imagination. And the real punch? Tyrese Patterson and Devondre Williams have already cracked. They've confessed, and their stories perfectly align with the timeline the detective now presents. It seems like it feels like a classic checkmate, but somehow Steven still won't fold. Whether it's fear, pride, or pure stubbornness, he clings to denial and his story of the imaginary fourth person in the car. As if lying about the fourth person wasn't enough, Steven is going to dig his own grave with even more arrogance.
Tyrese Patterson just told me 5 minutes ago that Dre was driving, Dre hands him a gun, you have your own gun, and you and Tyrese fire at Terrell.
Of course they're gonna try to put me in it.
Well, Dre said the same thing.
Of course they're gonna try to put me in it. They both got a lot against me.
What does Dre have against you? It seems like you and Dre are pretty tight.
Well, I had gave them the house, like I said, because they didn't have nowhere to stay. You feel me? And none of them was paying bills, so I had to dismiss it. You feel me? Because nobody was paying bills, so they was pretty much had to find their own way of doing things. And since I was moving, nobody was gonna have nowhere to go. You feel me? But I wanted to stay somewhere where nobody was finna pay the bills and I'm just paying by myself.
Fair.
So, and
that would lead them to tell on themselves and implicate themselves in a homicide?
Because they're already in some stuff. So of course they're gonna try to drag whoever they can into it.
Well, I'll use this word because this is exactly what happened. But Tyrese Patterson confessed to shooting and accidentally hitting Noah Smith today.
Okay.
Dre confessed to driving the car. After Terrell Sampson shot at the car, Dre says he looped around the block, gave the gun to Pooh, you and Pooh shoot down the block. Okay?
That's still not true.
All right. Well, there was 2 guns used in the shooting.
Okay.
We're being told that both guns were given to you to get rid of. Okay?
That's crazy.
That's what they're saying. Listen, I don't have a crystal ball.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not a magician, unfortunately. I can't tell you exactly what happened. I can only tell you what we're being told. And that is what we're being told, and it matches up with the evidence a heck of a lot more than this guy that you're saying that you don't know, you've never met before, and just happens to show up the night that there's a shooting in Benel. And
I understand what you're hearing, I understand what I'm risking.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there was a 4th person in that car.
Okay.
And I know where I was sitting. And I know exactly what I saw, you feel me?
Okay.
Steven now claims he was the one sheltering Tyrese and Devondre, and that he gave them a place and paid their bills. But as he's on the hot seat, he says they've turned on him out of spite. Maybe there's some truth in that grudge. But here's the thing. Holding a grudge is one thing, but admitting to a killing? That's something entirely different. Tyrese has already admitted to pulling the trigger that struck Noah Smith, calling it an accident in the heat of a gang-fueled crossfire. The pieces line up, yet Steven continues to hold back. But why? Why would he be deflecting if he didn't pull the trigger?
So, what do you know about this 4th person?
Nothing. I just know that he had wicks. I ain't never seen him before.
So what?
The first time I seen him, like I said, because Pooh came to the house with him and they asked us, because it was just me and Dre at the house at first. Well, and besides the other people that was there, you feel me? And he came and he asked us, do we want to smoke? And I said, yeah. You feel me? So we all got in the car. And then, like I said, we went to Benel and we started smoking. And that's when all of that stuff happened.
And what? So the Pooh was at the house all day?
No, Pooh was not at the house all day.
Where was he?
I don't know. But
So
it wasn't
you guys
at the house all day. Dre, it was like I said, it was me. It was Lil. No, Lil wasn't there. It was me. It was Nevaeh. It was Adrian. And then there was Dre. You feel me? I don't know where Pooh was all day. But
well, we have videos from your Instagram live.
But he wasn't there all day.
Well, he puts you guys in Benel on the corner of South Peach Street and East Bowie Street at around 11 a.m. And you're singing your song, smoking, Pooh's in the driver's seat, Dre's in the back. You guys were just posted up on the corner waiting for somebody to pull up, right? Nobody pulls up. You guys leave around 5 o'clock. You guys meet up with Ed Boy at the gym and y'all had him running, right? Somebody pulled the gun on him, whatever. I don't know about that. But Ed Boy's at the gym. Y'all had him running. Ed Boy, Ed Boy. This is the whole Instagram live video that we had seen. A 15-minute video of you and Pooh in the driver's seat of this Kia. And y'all are both pointing guns at the phone saying, you know, the ops basically, that Ed Boy's bitch, rods, like, pull up then, all this taunting sort of. And then that means Pooh is at your house a couple of hours before you guys roll out to Benel. You guys are together. The phones match up together all day long. So later on, Pooh is sleeping or high or whatever. Dre drives the Kia. You guys go down to Benel together. This guy, this fourth guy, is not on any videos, no record of him anywhere. Tyrese Patterson, without explaining to him what you said, tells us very clearly, this is what happened that night. Dre's driving. Creek is in the front. I'm in the back. We'll go down there. We're not looking for trouble. Terrell shoots at us. We come back, and we let off rounds at Terrell. And somehow,
I hear what you're saying.
Noah got hit.
But I'm telling you, there was a fourth person in that car.
Okay.
And Dre was not driving.
Okay.
Dre was right next to me.
Okay. And did Dre shoot?
Like I said, I didn't see. You feel me? I was too busy hearing the gun sounds and putting my head down.
Okay, so everything is on Pooh. Pooh's fault for everything. Pooh, you think Pooh should get charged with murder?
Like I said, he just admitted to you he was shooting, you feel me?
Okay.
But like I said, there was a fourth person in that car. Like I said, I remember, I know what I've seen.
Okay.
Remember?
And you sure you're not confusing it with some other night?
No, I'm sure.
Because I know you guys have done, you guys have ridden around there a few times.
No, I'm sure.
Okay. Now, the next, a couple hours later, you hit up, and I know you used to be affiliated with G and all that, right? So a couple of hours later, you hit up your boy on Instagram, and you tell him that you need some help. You gotta get out of town or something. And dude can't talk on the phone for some reason, so he's like, just code it out, right? So then you write 211 on a norm. You write 2-11 on a norm, N-O-R-M. What does 211 on a norm mean to you?
Help. Somebody trying to kill me.
Okay. Are there any other lies you want to sit here and look at me in the face and disrespect me like that? You want to just get that out of the way? Because 211, yes you are. 211 on a norm does not mean help, okay? If you don't think that we have access to all this old school GD that we can just pull up.
But that's old. That's not.
Oh, the new. So, okay, so.
I'm not finna sit here and lie to you and disrespect.
No, that's exactly what you're doing.
I'm trying to go home.
I'll tell you what you are, is that you're a very bright young man.
Okay.
You come from a good family. You have a good situation at home. You have a stepdaughter. You have a girl that's probably willing to marry you someday. Okay? Now, that girl also drove a car that ended up killing Coranne, right? Now, your girl is also facing charges for murder.
The detective plays it wisely, a clear sign of his experience. He has all the evidence to prove Stephen's guilt, but what he's really after is full closure from Stephen. So he brings up the one person Stephen never expected to be dragged into this mess, his girlfriend. Stephen may still try to deny it, but what comes next is something he never saw coming.
So now what you're doing is you're just selling me a load of bullshit. You're basically pissing on my back and telling me it's right here. And I'll tell you this right now, 211 on a norm does not need help. Everybody knows that, okay? I know what the second letter of the alphabet is, and I know what the 11th letter of the alphabet is, all right? And I know in my mind what on a norm means. Okay, and we have ran this by multiple GDs, both old and young. We ran it by the gang investigators. So I know what 211 means. 211 means blood killing. Okay, on a norm means civilian, somebody that's not affiliated, not associated. Okay, that's what that means. That's what you wrote a couple of hours afterwards. To me, that means that you knew for sure that this boy was dead and that you needed help to get out of town, right? Because what happened was you guys killed a normal person. That's what it means. Okay? You were in the car when this guy died. I'm not saying you shot him.
No, I'm telling you, like I said, help. I need help.
Right. 211 means blood killing. Right?
I don't know, dude.
You don't know what 211 means?
Bro, I'm not even like banging like that.
You used to be.
Yeah, I used to be.
Listen, man, in your music videos and all the shit that you claim, that's a different persona.
I hear what you're saying.
Than the Stephen Monroe that's crying to me, begging for help.
Yeah, I understand.
That's a different person.
Okay.
Okay. So you got to decide which person are you going to be right now, because today is the day.
Me, Stephen.
Right.
That's
well, I'll tell you what. In about 6 minutes, the whole world is going to find out what's happening with all this.
I understand what you're saying.
All right, because in 6 minutes we're going live with local news all over the state of Florida. You need to decide right now: are you going to be the only one that has a different story. That's not true.
But that's the truth, though.
That's
all
not
I can only tell you.
Devondre confessed to driving the car.
I hear what you're telling. I hear
And
what you're
Pooh
saying.
confessed to being in the back and shooting. You need to tell me the truth. The truth that happened that night is that you guys go down there, you're in the front seat, you have your Glock on you, this boy shot at you and tried to kill you. You guys pull around and you shot at him back. Was it self-defense?
I never had a gun, bro. And I wasn't sitting in the front seat. I know where I was sitting.
Okay, so all the other videos of you having a gun a couple of hours beforehand, days beforehand, weeks beforehand, all these guns that you're playing with all the time, right? The guns that all your roommates tell us that you have. All these things. This is the one time you guys decided to go down to op territory and not have your pole?
That's it. It's Dre gun. Like I said.
Which one?
Whatever gun that y'all talking about.
Okay.
Any of them guns.
I'm not saying who owns the gun. I don't care who
I
owns the gun.
understand what you're saying.
You shot down the block that night.
No, I didn't.
Steven, you are going to fuck yourself because you're the only one lying.
Okay.
You're the only one lying. Why would you be the only one lying in this scenario?
I hear what you're saying.
No, I don't think you do, man. I don't know if you think this is just fake, but it ain't. Okay. Tyrese is in the other room, a couple rooms down. He's getting arrested for first-degree murder as we speak.
I hear what you're saying, dude. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, I don't.
What you're saying, but I do.
Steven, I don't think you do. I don't think you do. The state attorney's office is not very happy with the fact that you're making up this fourth person and that you're putting somebody else in this mess that doesn't need to be involved, because you guys need to be held accountable for your actions, okay? Devondre Williams is driving, Tyrese Patterson shot, and you shot. How many times did you shoot? That is the big question.
I didn't shoot.
Okay, well, you shot a Glock that night.
No, I didn't.
Okay, there's witnesses there, and there's two co-defendants in the car.
I hear what you're saying. Of course, they're going to try to drag me in something because they already in some.
They told on themselves. They don't have to drag you in enough.
Yes, the fuck they do, because they don't want to go down by themselves.
They don't give a.
Exactly.
No, Dre doesn't want to go down whatsoever. Okay. Right? So he says you shoot, and he says Pooh shoots. Pooh, this morning, just out of anger, we slide him a piece of paper that says you have a warrant for your arrest for murder. He's like, that, I'm not the only one going down for this. I'll tell you what happened. He tells us the whole story, and it exactly matches up with the evidence. Exactly.
I hear what you're saying, but
what you're saying does not make any sense.
No
driver.
You
said a driver shot out the driver's seat, right? You said a driver shot the opposite direction. This driver, this guy.
Because he did.
So he shot down the other end of the block where there was no ops at?
Bro.
Why would he do that?
Yes, but now, bro, they're just trying to wet shit up. They're just trying to kill people. They don't care about anything.
Oh, they don't.
What I'm telling you, bro. That's all I can tell you.
What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
I didn't shoot any gun.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. And I'll tell you what, the caliber of the gun makes a big difference in this situation.
I understand what you're saying.
No, I don't think you do exactly, okay? Because, listen, ultimately, Noah was shot and killed with a specific type of bullet, okay? And I think you know whose gun killed Noah Smith.
The detective doesn't flinch. He's done playing nice. One by one, he slams down the evidence and confessions from Tyrese and Devondre. Every single piece fits together like a puzzle, and each one slices deeper into Steven's fabricated tale. Still, Steven keeps trying to spin the story, clinging to the idea of a mysterious fourth person in the car. He is clearly trying to manipulate the moment like he's still got the upper hand. But soon, this wannabe gangster is about to have a full-blown reality check and turn into a crybaby.
Right? Now, what I'm telling you is that there was multiple shell casings on scene from two different guns. DNA has been recovered from those shell casings. Okay? The DNA is being sent off, and we're going to compare it to yours. I'll tell you, I'll bet you $1 million that your DNA is all over those shell casings. Those are guns that you've handled multiple times.
Yeah, I touched it.
Right. You touched it. Sure. Those are guns that you've handled. You're in the car. This boy gets shot. Pooh shoots a gun down the street. He told us what type of gun it was. You shoot a gun down the street. You need to tell me what type of gun that is, because we need to figure out if your bullet is the one that killed Noah or not. Because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, that is a massive factor in this case. Do you want to just be somebody in the car that was shooting at Terrell? Terrell don't want to press charges. Terrell's going down for this shit too. You think Terrell's going to come in here and say, oh, yeah, I want to press charges against Stephen Monroe for shooting at me? Nobody gives a f*** about that. Everybody just wants everybody to be held accountable for what they did during the Noah Smith case. All right? And you were in that car. You shot a gun down the street. I know you shot a Glock. I want to know what caliber it was. Two options. because this kid was hit with a specific type of bullet. And if you say the right one, you might be all right. I know this is tough, man. I get it. Because you've thought to yourself 1,000 times. You've played it over with Donna. This is what we're going to say. You've talked about it with Dre. This is what we're going to say. All right, and now is crashing down on everybody because nobody was able to stay 10 toes down and keep it 100. That's not the way things work, bro. That's not the way it works. All we had to do was slide a piece of paper across the table to Tyrese, and Tyrese flipped immediately. We picked up Dre on some bullshit charge. He comes in with his mama, and he is spilling the beans immediately. You're the only one that's lying. And the opinion of most people, and I'm talking about a jury, let's say, 12 people are going to sit there, and they're going to listen to sweet little 80-pound Devondre Williams say, this is what I did, I'm really sorry for my actions. Tyrese Patterson's going to say, this is what I did, I didn't mean to kill Noah, it was an accident. And then you're going to get up there and say, actually, there was some fourth guy with Wicks, and he did that, and I was just minding my own business in the backseat, when everybody knows it's not true, man. You have to tell the truth. You have to tell the truth, Stephen. Think about what your parents are going to say about this, man. Your parents are good people, man. We know what you did, and it's all going to come out. It's just a matter of fact of whether or not you are going to be honest about it and ask for forgiveness, or you're just going to be the guy that lies and says, I don't want to be held responsible for what I did. And that is not the right place to be. What caliber gun did you shoot that night?
Stephen is clearly broken, and the weight of his guilt is crushing him. The detectives see it, and they know this is the moment to push for the truth, and the secret is finally about to come to light.
Stephen, listen. It's all right. Listen, you're a grown man, okay? You got to make a choice right now. Okay, I understand. You have to make a choice right now. Are you going to be painted out to be a liar, or are you going to stand up here like a man and say exactly what you did and let the chips fall where they may? I understand. Listen, man, I know you're scared. I know you are scared. Listen, this is not where you need to be right now.
I don't know what kind of gun it was. I really don't.
Okay. There's two options, Stephen. Was it a 40 caliber or was it a 9mm? Which one did you shoot that night? Okay, whose gun was it?
All of them were Dre's.
They were all Dre's. They were all Dre's, both guns? Did Dre give his gun to who?
I said I didn't see all of that.
Okay. Now, I want to try this again, all right? And we're on the right path now. Where exactly were you sitting in the car? Tell the truth.
In the front seat.
Okay. Who was driving?
Dre.
All right. And where was Pooh sitting?
In the back seat.
Okay. And then you guys go down there. Why were you guys going down there now?
To smoke.
Okay. So then, did you see Terrell Sampson shoot at your car? You did. Did you know it was Terrell Sampson? But you just heard the gunshots? Okay. How did we find out it was Terrell Sampson that was shooting at you guys? How did you find out, not me?
Because people were talking about me.
Okay. So when you guys come around the block and you guys start letting off fire down the block, what was the intended target? Was it Noah Smith? Did you guys try to shoot and kill Noah Smith? No?
I don't know if that's what they're aiming for.
You don't know that who was aiming for?
Who?
Okay, who were you aiming at? Huh? You were aiming at Terrell? Did you see him standing out there? Did he still have a gun when he was standing out there? Okay, did you think he was going to shoot at you? You did. Okay. How many times did you shoot? This is the big important question. Just one time? And you can't remember what kind of gun you had? And listen, you've already done a really good job, okay? But I do think, listen, relax, man. I do think that you know exactly what gun you had because I believe that that's your gun.
Don't know what kind of gun.
Okay. All right, listen, relax. Hey. Okay, I know you don't want to be here, man. Nobody wants to be here. I get that. I completely get that. Tyrese just got hit with a murder charge, bro.
I just don't want to be in this situation. I'm just trying to protect myself.
I get it. You're trying to protect yourself. I understand that. And listen, you have an attorney that you can explain all this to, but you have to be honest with your attorney too. How is your attorney going to rightfully defend you if you're not telling him exactly what happened? And then you're letting the police find out all the information and find out all the details to make you look like a liar. And then how is anybody going to feel bad for you if you're just sitting up here telling things that aren't true? That's what I'm trying to get across to you. Okay?
It wasn't Steven's bullet that took Noah's life, but that doesn't make him any less afraid of the truth. He's scared to death to admit his part, maybe because he still doesn't fully grasp the weight of the damage he's caused. Deep down, he's just trying to protect himself, hoping his lies will act like armor. But the truth is, no lie can save him now.
Ultimately, you have to stand up like a man and defend yourself in front of people in a courtroom. And you have to be able to say, this is what I did, and this is why I did it. And when you are saying things that are clearly not true, that's when you look to be like a monster and people don't trust you anymore, okay? You have to be trustworthy. All right, so let's start out. How did all this beef start? What is the problem between the Sampsons and you guys?
I don't know. I inherited the beef because Dre didn't have nowhere to stay and Pooh didn't have nowhere to stay, so I let them stay at my house.
Okay.
And then they were already beefing with these people. I was just being a friend. I was not finna let nobody just hurt my friends or do whatever. Starting to run up on me and they telling me they got my address and stuff. And
right. Who said they had your address?
I don't know. One of them said they had it. Was arguing with him on live.
Was that Rod?
I think it was Rod.
Because Rod was on the live saying like, I just passed Rose Petal. Okay. So what you guys are at Rose Petal. You guys are going to go down to Benel to go get some weed to smoke. Is that right? Did you guys leave Rose Petal with the purpose of going to start some with the ops?
No.
Okay, when you get down there, you're driving down Anderson Street. Dre's in the front driving, you are in the front passenger, and Pooh is right behind you in the passenger, right? Okay, when you get to that corner there by the houses, by like Sweat up there, what happens out there? Who says what?
I don't really know where, like, Vanilla like that. Like
No,
I said, but
well,
I just know that.
Where Terrell was standing.
Seeing Terrell.
Okay.
And Pooh started yelling. I guess he was telling people to get out the way. And Terrell started shooting at the car. And he spun back. And Terrell. And then he just started shooting at Terrell.
Okay, so Terrell starts shooting. You guys make the corner, right? You go down the road where the gym's at. You come down Bowie Street, right? This is all on camera, so that's why I'm saying it, because I know for a fact. You pull up to the corner, Dre's driving. Now he pulls up so that you and Pooh have a clear line of sight, so you can see exactly down the street there. And then you and Pooh just start shooting at the same time. Did Pooh shoot first? Do you know who shot first?
As I said, one time, Pooh was dumping a whole clip.
Okay, you shot one time and Pooh dumped the whole clip.
Or what I thought was the whole clip. I didn't know he was shooting a lot, and I just shot one time.
Okay. All right, so then after that, you guys leave Benel, you guys go back to Rose Petal, right? That's what all the surveillance cameras show. What happens once you guys get back to Rose Petal?
Get back. Everybody starts hitting us up. I go in my room. They leave. I'm in my room. I'm sleeping. what happened after that.
Okay. Creep, I need to know where these guns are at.
I really don't know where they're at.
Tyrese told me this morning that you were going to give them to somebody around the way, around the corner, and that they were going to hold them for you.
No.
I need to get these guns off the street.
I don't know where they're at.
Okay.
I didn't give nobody nothing.
People in the house have told us that you were going to get rid of them.
Oh.
And then Tyrese told us this morning that you were going to give them to a neighbor.
That's not true.
I'm telling you though, when we find those guns, if we can prove that it was you who hid them or didn't give them over to law enforcement, that's not going to be good for you.
I understand.
I hope so. Yep. All right. Deputy Hagerty's going to take you, man.
Stephen's confession remains incomplete as he chose to hold back one key bit of information, and that was where he hid the guns. But fortunately, detectives found all the answers at the end as they secured the guns used in the crime and the CCTV footage that captured the incident. Investigators found 6 shell casings, 5 from a 9mm gun and 1 from a .40 caliber gun. 2 years later, a friend of Stephen was found with a .40 caliber Glock 23 in Castleberry, Florida. Stephen Monroe was charged with first-degree murder for his role in the crime. His trial was held in February 2025. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Tyrese Patterson was first charged with first-degree murder, but later pleaded no contest to second-degree murder. He now faces 25 to 50 years in prison and is still waiting to be sentenced.
I didn't kill my roommate. Me and my roommate didn't have the best relationship.
Who did?
I don't know.
This is Shantara Madden in the interrogation room for the suspected murder of her roommate, a young rising basketball star, Tina Stewart. She initially claims she was away from the apartment at the time of the murder, but it wouldn't take long for the detectives to poke holes in her story.
Now, you're at a critical point right now, all right? You're at a fork in the road.
That's what I'm telling you, because it's the truth.
Well, I don't believe you.
As the interrogation progresses, detectives stumble upon a carefully orchestrated killing, covered up with lies, distractions, and one crafty Shantara right at the center of it.
Before I ask any more questions, would this be life?
There's a good possibility.
On March 2nd, 2011, 21-year-old Tina Stewart reported 18-year-old Shantara for smoking in their off-campus shared apartment near Middle Tennessee State University. As an athlete, a rising basketball player, she feared that even secondhand smoke could jeopardize her drug test results and her future. But as the campus officer walked away, darkness crept in behind the closed doors of the apartment. The evil that lurked in the darkness stabbed Tina, rupturing a major heart artery and puncturing her lung, leading to severe bleeding. The wounds ended Tina's aspirations, along with her life, in a brutally horrifying way. Shantara was the first to reach the scene, so she was brought into the interrogation room to build an initial timeline. This interrogation demonstrates some of the most intriguing interrogation techniques implemented by one of the most seasoned detectives.
That apparently earlier this evening there was some sort of altercation between you and your roommate and the other guy. Is that your boyfriend or is that her boyfriend?
That's her boyfriend.
That's her boyfriend. Now, does he live in the apartment too? Or?
He always there, so I guess you could say.
Yeah, he lives there, just now and leaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So start kind of early this afternoon and tell us what's going on. I think earlier a officer or a courtesy officer came to your apartment because there was a smell of some weed or something in the apartment. Is that right? Okay, now take me right around that time up until now and kind of explain to me how we got to this position.
Okay. When I got there, I don't know what time it was. I have no idea what time anything was. But my friend, she was like, can we go to your place? And I was like, okay, that's fine. And she was already smoking.
Yeah, who's your friend?
Her name Nene.
Nene?
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about is Nene.
Okay.
And she was like, okay. I was like, okay, so I went there to get my keys and we walked to my place. And I think we had been there like probably a few minutes. And I guess my roommate had called the front desk, and the front desk sent the police over. And I talked to him, and he was basically like, if he searched my room and he didn't find anything, then it'll be cleared. And if I told him the truth, so he searched, and he was like, well, you told the truth. And he said, but he's still gonna have to talk to the manager.
Now, was Nene there then, or?
Yeah, we was still there. And after he left, I talked to Tina, which is my roommate. I talked to her. And she kind of shoved me, and I kind of shoved her back. And then next thing I know, we was fighting.
Okay, what did she, back up just a little bit, okay? Now, is Nene still here during this time?
Yeah,
okay. Now, back up just a little bit. The courtesy officer leaves. Okay. Now, how did you get from the courtesy officer leaving to the shoving?
Oh,
What happened?
well, after he left, he just walked me downstairs and talked, and then he left.
Okay.
Basically like that. And he was like,
And then you went back up?
yeah, and I told him, thank you, and he said, have a good day, and I went back upstairs.
Okay. And then when you got back upstairs, what happened?
And then I knocked on her door and told her that I need to talk to her, and we talked. And it kind of got heated because we both kind of had attitude with each other.
Was she in her room?
Yeah, I knocked on her door.
So you knocked on her door, which
I
is
knocked on her
closed.
door.
Okay.
And my hand was on the doorknob to wait for it to open so I could twist it because it was locked. So I just kind of held my hand on the doorknob.
Okay.
And she unlocked it, and I opened it. And we got into this little heated argument about that because she got mad at me for when I called the office on her. And she was like, well, why you didn't tell me this? Why you didn't tell me this? And then she kind of shoved me, and I shoved her
What
back.
was she talking about?
I had called the office probably like a month ago, and I told them that I was having to see her boyfriend every day because he's not paying rent, so why is he there? And they basically just told us we had to talk about it, and we did talk about it. But she kind of still had this heat against me.
Yeah.
And then when we fought, she kind of just slammed my head, so she was pounding my head, and I was pounding her face, and just with my hand.
Okay.
And then she pushed me to the ground. When she had my head, she pushed me to the ground, so I was right on the ground. And I got her. And she was like, get out of my room, get out of my room. So I left. And I went in my room, and my friend, she had already had the door shut. So she was getting her stuff and she was leaving.
This is Nene.
This Nene. They left. And
Now is, what's her boyfriend's name?
I don't know.
I think I have it somewhere. Well, okay. Was her boyfriend there? Okay, he wasn't there. So it's
I think
just,
she was talking to somebody on the phone when I interrupted her, when I knocked on her door.
okay. So, but it was just you, Nene, and Tina. Okay.
And Nene, she was getting her stuff and she was leaving. And I was like, well, I just meet you back at the school. And my roommate, she was doing something. I think she was putting on her shoes because I seen her kind of roaming around moving because that's normally what she was doing. And she turned down her TV. And she put on her jacket and she walked out the door. And she ain't see no keys, so I didn't think she was going too far. So I was already packing my stuff to go home for spring break.
What were you packing again?
A black bag. It probably was sitting outside.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay.
Yeah.
As Shantara begins to talk, the first incident she describes is her argument with Tina. But how strategically she portrayed herself as a victim is her first attempt to clear her name. She was shorter in height, which suggests that she could be telling the truth. But how much of the story is true is what the detectives would eventually find. Another part of the lie is that she built her alibi around Neen. Still, when the detectives investigated, they found no evidence of any other individual in the house other than Shantara and Tina. This is just the beginning. Soon, she'll face questions she would have never expected.
And I was packing my stuff, and she was going out the door, and I kind of left, but I was going to walk to my cousin, but I walked all around the parking lot, kind of because I was trying to get out the nerves out of my system. And I didn't shut the door, I just kind of shut it. I didn't lock it. I didn't bring my keys with me. And so I called my mom. No, I called my friend first. My friend Carlisha, I called her. And she was like, okay, what happened? How you get to fighting? And I told her that we just got to fight. And she was like, really? I was like, yeah. And I told her to come get me. And she hung up. And then I called my mom because she was like, did you call your mom? And I was like, no, I didn't call her. And so I called my mom. So she went and asked me, did I call her again? And my mom was like, well, what happened? And I was telling her how we get to fight. And she was like, they need to get you out their apartment and stuff like that. And so I got off the phone with her. But but my friend Carlisha called me back. And I told my mom I was gonna call her back. So I went upstairs to my room.
Now, during these phone conversations, you were outside.
I was there outside. And the door was still, it was like, wasn't closed. I kind of shut it.
The front door.
I shut the door. And it wasn't closed. It was kind of like cracked. So I just thought she came back. And so I went in my room and I had clothes in the dryer. So I just put them in the bag because they were still wet, but I still put them in the bag so I could just leave. And when I went in the kitchen, all the stuff was in my hand. Everything just quiet besides her TV, so I couldn't hear nothing. But when I went back outside, I was going to go to my cousin, but I turned back around and went back upstairs. And I went back in my room because I was trying to fix my bed. And I had orange juice on the floor, so I put the orange juice back in the refrigerator. And through that time, Nene didn't call me or nothing like that, but my roommate car was still outside. So I'm thinking, okay, she ain't going nowhere. And probably like 30 minutes passed, I had her boyfriend come through the door. And he was like, I said, she not here. I was like, she was gone. And he was like, she gone. So he turned back around, went to the door, turned back around. And I was going behind him, so we kind of bumped into each other. And he went through the door and he opened it. And he kind of left it cracked. And I was walking to my room, so when it was still cracked, I just kind of looked in and he was bending down and he started yelling. And my back was on my shoulder. So I ran to the door, and my mom was like, run, because I was on the phone with her. I had called her back when I got back in the room. And she was like, leave, run. So I ran out the door, and I dropped my bag on the way there because he was behind me. And he was just yelling full stream. And I was running down the stairs, and I turned the corner and ran and hid by the car because he was still yelling. And I didn't hear him say officer, but I think he did say officer. And I think he was talking to the man that had me sit down on the curb. And they was looking for me, but I didn't want to be seen because he was still yelling. And so I kind of just got up and ran.
Did you see the officer at this point?
No, I didn't see the officer. And I kind of just ran. And then I heard the officer, this officer, I stopped. And he told me to sit down on the curb and talk it out. And the boyfriend was still kind of yelling, like, why you do this to her? And I was like, I didn't do that to her, I didn't. And he was like, why you do this to her? I was like, I didn't, I promise I didn't do that to her. Because I was outside the whole time, so I didn't know what happened to her. Because I thought she was gone. And that's it. But before I went outside the first time that I thought she was gone, it was a man sitting outside. And I seen this man before. He got dreads. He black, he got dreads, and he kind of tall. Everybody taller than me. But he got probably like 5'6". And this the third time I seen him over there. Last time he asked for her, and I was like, she not here, because she be going out of town with basketball. I was like, she not here. And he was like, okay. And the second time I was there alone, he been there every time I was alone. Second time I was there alone, he was like, he knocked on the door, and I answered it, and I can't peek through the peekholes, I'm so short. But I answered it anyway. And he was just at a rage, like, where's Tina? I was like, Tina don't live here. And he was like, you lying. And I was like, Tina don't live here. And he just kind of sort of left. And this time I went out the door, he was kind of sitting in his car, and I knew who he was because I seen him watching that car before. I don't know the name, I don't know the color. It's just everything looked dark to me because it was so dark outside. But he was kind of sitting in the car when I left. That's it.
Who is this mysterious man with dreads? She sounds convincing, but the detectives have heard better lies. They already know that Tina and Shantara had a volatile relationship. Shantara often quarreled with Tina over her boyfriend, Casey Anuna, visiting. His presence in their shared space made her uncomfortable. Shantara felt her privacy was violated when she came out of the shower and Anuna was already present in the room. The dispute was even escalated to management, though Tina frequently missed meditation meetings due to basketball practice. All of this ultimately led to straining their relations even further. It seems to be a motive for Shantara to murder Tina. Detectives will soon find out the truth. Coming back to the interrogation, what she currently does is exactly what a guilty suspect would do: introduce a mysterious man, perfectly timed, and vanish after the murder. A perfectly crafted defense, but the detectives will tear apart her manipulative narrative by poking holes.
So what do you think happened to Tina?
I don't know if that man went in that room because I did lock the door, and I might should have locked the door. But I didn't lock the door because I didn't have my key. But I don't know if he went in that room. But all I know, I did not kill Tina.
Now, I'm gonna be straight with you, okay? Now, and Detective Mitchell's gonna be straight with you. And I've been doing this for a long time, okay? See, well, I got it cut out, but see all my gray hair? That's what that's from, okay? Now, you're at a critical point right now, all right? You're at a fork in the road, okay? And I want to help you choose the right fork. Something bad happened tonight, okay? And you've got some marks on your face. I've been sitting there looking. It looks like your cheek might be a little bit swollen. You definitely got a scratch coming down your eye here. And I'd say if we checked, you probably got some more scratches. Looks like you might have a little scratch right here on your neck, okay? And I think something bad happened, okay? Now, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I don't think there was some other person, okay? I think what happened was you and Tina got into an argument, got into a physical fight that got a little out of hand. Okay, now listen to me, okay? Remember I talked about those crossroads, all right? And we want to make sure that you choose the right crossroad because you're not going to have another opportunity. If you go down the wrong path, then it's going to end bad for you, okay? I don't think there was another person there. All right. I think, like I said, something bad happened while you and Tina were in this fight, in this altercation. And, you know, I would like for you and your family and Tina and her family to have closure and to go ahead and put this behind you and to move on. I mean, I wouldn't want to look back tomorrow or the next day or 10 years or 20 or 30 years from now and have this on my conscience. I just wouldn't. Now, you know, it's the time where we can get it out, we can get your story out, we can figure out what happened, and we can put a closure to it for you and your family and for Tina and her family. You guys have known each other for a while, may not have been the best of friends, right? But you guys have known each other for a while. And I don't think this is a case where you plan to do this. I don't think this is a case where you planned, you know, sat in your room and thought, I'm gonna do this and you know, planned it out and did all this stuff. I think it was one of those things, just like you started out to tell us, where you guys got into an argument, got into a physical altercation, and I mean, like I said, you got scratches. It's evident you got into some sort of altercation, and something bad happened. You know, that happens to all of us. You know, bad things happen. Sometimes we let our emotions get the best of us, and then we do stuff that we can't take back. But listen to me, okay? I've been here. I've talked to a lot of people at this table, and trust me. You don't want to go home. You don't want to go lay your head down and live with this for the rest of your life, weighing on you. You don't want to. You want to get it out right now. You're a good person, and Tina was a good person. And we need to get the truth out right now so we can deal with it instead of waiting down the road and you having to bear the burden of this. It's going to get you because, like I said, you're a good person. You're not somebody who goes out here and does this all the time. You're not some kind of gangbanger with no conscience. I can tell by talking to you. But you don't want to start out by saying, hey, there's another person that left the room. It just didn't happen. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years. That's a long time. And I'm not here the bad guy that's sitting like you see on TV. I'm not the bad guy. I'm not here trying to hurt you. I'm believe it or not, down the road you're going to look back and you're going to go, yeah, he was trying to help me. And I'm trying to help you clear your conscience right now so we can give closure to Tina and her family. And most importantly, give closure to you and your family.
It wouldn't take a genius to understand that she is lying through her teeth. mentioning that she left the door open. At once, Tina was about to have her basketball trials that would have kept her scholarship secured for the upcoming months. But Shantara, the troublemaker for Tina, would often smoke in their shared apartment. Tina feared this would cost her scholarship, especially with the authorities conducting random drug tests. Frustrated, Tina raised the matter to the management and also sent tweets to show her rage and keep it in public record to secure her future and career. What detectives tried to do was implement a minimization technique on Shantara, hoping she'd crack. In minimization, interrogators downplay the severity of the crime and offer moral justification for suspects. It increases the chances of a confession. Just when Shantara thinks she is winning at her manipulative game, the detective changes his strategy to be even more aggressive.
Well, now let's start back from this argument. When the courtesy officer left, and you go in, her door's locked, right? You knock on the door. Now tell me, okay, Tina had, I think what the paramedics were telling us was that she had like a single stab wound in her chest, okay? Now we need to know how she got that.
I'm being honest.
No, I don't think you
I
are.
promise I'm being honest. I'm not gonna lie to you because I know I didn't kill Tina.
I don't think you did so on purpose.
Me and Tina got to fighting. And when we fought, I lit up when she left. I was going to call my mother, but I called my friend first. And I was walking around the parking lot as I was calling everybody.
Well, let's do this. Let's do a little role playing, okay? Now, let's pretend like you're sitting in a courtroom, okay? And in that courtroom, sitting across from you are 12 people, called a jury. And those 12 people are going to decide your fate, okay? Those 12 people will decide whether or not you ever get out of prison, or whether or not when you get out of prison, you're an old lady. They're going to decide whether or not you have any children. They're going to decide whether or not you get to spend your children's birthday with them at a party, or whether or not you get to spend your kid's birthday looking through glass. Okay? Now here's where this becomes important. It becomes important because you're going to put this story. This is the story that you're going to put in front of these 12 people. That me and my roommate got into a physical altercation. I went to her room, knocked on the door. We got into a physical altercation to where I had scratches, my cheeks a little swollen, and I left. And within the time frame of about 10 to 15 minutes, some unknown person came into the apartment and stabbed her. Okay? Do you like those odds? If I'm sitting in your chair, I don't like those odds, because I can guarantee you that those 12 people are going to do the same thing I'm doing. They're not going to believe it. Those 12 people are going to go, no, it don't happen that way. You and your roommate get into this big fight, and then the moment you leave, some unknown person comes in and stabs her. That don't even happen in movies. But that's what you're asking.
That's what I'm telling you, because it's the truth.
Well, I don't believe you.
So you don't have to, but I know I'm telling the truth.
Well,
I'm just
here's the
being
thing.
really honest with you.
No, I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
Even after switching from minimization to maximization, Shantara continues to deny everything. But detectives can note a significant difference in her tone. The pressure has built successfully. If the detective continues this pressure-building tactic, a confession may be just within reach. During investigations, detectives found that some witnesses saw Shantara carrying a kitchen knife wrapped in a blanket that she disposed of later in a dumpster. But until her role becomes clear in this crime, This evidence just stays as a bagged item for now. The question remains whether the detective would be able to capitalize on the moment, or would she get away with the murder? As the interrogation unfolds, the detectives begin to expose her insensitive side.
Whatever you do, what you do. Because I was saying this today, it's not good. But I'm being honest. From the time I left, from the time I called my mom and my friend and went back to my room, Tina was in her room with me. I didn't think nothing was wrong with Tina. Because when Tina left, Tina seemed fine. I'm the only one that feel like I'm in pain because my eyes hurt me. I got this stretch that even though right there, and my jaw feels full.
Now you do understand that your roommate is laying over on a cold table at the hospital, right?
Yep.
And you're gonna sit here and complain that your eyes hurting?
Well, my eyes been hurting all day. But I didn't kill my roommate. Me and my roommate might didn't have the best relationship.
Who did?
I don't know. But I can give you a description of that male that's been to my apartment more than one time.
I don't think the male had
That's
anything to do
why
with it.
I hadn't been there. I hadn't been to my
I
apartment.
don't think the male had anything to do with it.
Yes, he did, sir. I didn't kill her.
When Shantara realizes that the detectives are closing in on her defense, she makes a desperate attempt to shift the focus to the intruder, a mystery man, nameless, with dreads, who conveniently appears, murders Tina, and then vanishes in the shadows. But there was something even more shocking than the murder of an upcoming star. After the autopsy team revealed the time of death, it was found that minutes after Tina died, text messages were sent from her phone to mislead her boyfriend that she was still alive. The question of who tried to cover up the brutality lingers until the interrogation takes a sharp, unexpected turn.
Okay. Now, after the courtesy officer left and you went to Tina's room, her door was locked, you knocked on the door, what was the conversation that took place?
I basically asked her, I was like, why didn't you call me? Why you just didn't talk to me?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, do you remember the time you went to the office and you didn't talk to me? And I was like, yeah, but you still could have talked to me. I hadn't been here, so I hadn't done a problem to you. And she was like, well, I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of turned off and turned around and was going towards my room, but I think I kind of bumped into her, and that's why she shoved me. And when she shoved me, I kind of shoved her back.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when we just started hitting each other.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
And after we hit each other, when she hit me and she put me to the floor, I kind of got up and I was going out the door because she said leave. And I was going to my room. And Nene was getting ready to leave. Nene had already had her stuff and she was going out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'll see you when I get back to the campus.
Okay.
If you're going to campus, because I think she said she was going to get something to eat. And I was like, okay, I'm going to see you when we get to the campus. Because Subway still be open all day. And so Tina, she was...
Now, did you ever go back in there?
Into the Tina room?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I went back in my room. And Tina, I heard her rumbling, so I guess she was putting on her clothes and stuff and about to leave. But then she had on her jacket, but she didn't have her keys in her hand. And that's why I assumed she wasn't going too far.
Mm-hmm.
So, because normally when she do that, she don't go too far, she just go visit somebody's room or something like that.
Okay.
And
so you after this argument, physical altercation, now correct me if I did anything wrong, okay? After this physical altercation, you leave her room, go back into your room. Nene gets her stuff together and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
After she leaves, Tina comes out of her room and Tina leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're still getting your stuff together.
Yeah, because I still had clothes in the dryer.
You still have clothes in the dryer.
So I was
You're getting
getting
your
my
stuff
bag.
together. Then at some point in time, you leave.
Yeah, I left.
Did you ever go back in Tina's room?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So Tina's already gone, Nene's already gone. You leave.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Now when you go out, you didn't see Tina anywhere.
Oh, I didn't see
Nene's gone.
I didn't see anyone when I left.
Okay.
The first time when I left, when I went out the door, only person I didn't see Tina, I didn't see Nene, was that man.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, well, let's leave the man out of it for right now. Okay. So you go outside, you're on the phone, talking on the phone, you're out there hanging out for a little bit, and then Tina's boyfriend,
he didn't come yet.
all right, he didn't come yet. So then you go back up to the
I
room,
went back to the room, and
Doors
I assumed Tina was
open.
in her room.
Door's open.
Her door was closed.
No, I'm talking the front door.
No, it was slight open because I had shit it all the way.
Right.
And
It's
I
cracked.
just kind of pushed it open and I shit it.
Okay, so you kind of push it open, and then you go in. You go to Tina's room.
No, I go to my room.
You go to your room.
Yeah, because Tina's room, as soon as she was, just chilling or gone because her door was closed and her lights was off. All I could hear was a TV because she just turned it down.
Okay. So then, shortly thereafter, her boyfriend comes in.
Yeah, he comes in.
And you're in your room. Okay, so he goes in the...
No, I'm not in my room.
Okay.
I'm sitting in the kitchen because I still had clothes that I was trying to put in the
Okay,
bed.
so you're sitting in the kitchen. He then goes into...
He just come in. 'Cause
Right.
I didn't lock it, I just shit
Right,
it.
he just walks in. He then goes into Tina's room.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I stopped and I was like, she not here because when I left, she had left before me. So I was like, she not here because I thought she was still gone. And he was just kind of like, okay. And he turned back around and I had my bag and he walked like this and we met up like this and he just walked back to her room and opened the door and he kind of left it cracked because I was walking back to my room to make sure I got everything. And I could see him when he bent down and he just started streaming. He was like, why you did this to her? Why you do this to her? And I was like, do what? Do what? And I
Now,
just
where
kind
are
of
you at
looked at
this
her.
time?
I'm right there in the doorway because he still had it cracked, so I was just kind of looking.
Were you
He's
in
like-
the room?
Yeah, I had kind of pushed the door open so I could see what he was talking about.
Right.
And I seen her on the floor, and he was like, you did this to her, you did this to her. I was like, I didn't do nothing to her. And so he started chasing me, and I ran to the door, opened the door, and I dropped my bag.
Yeah. Now, did he ever touch you or anything?
No, he was just running, like, he was like, come here, and I just kept
Okay, but
running.
he never touched you. Okay. All right. Right now, tonight, we need to get everything out on the table, and we need to make our wrongs right. Now, if that means we have to go to jail for a little while, that's what we have to do. But I'd much rather be able to decide my fate than to put a lie out there and have someone else decide my fate for me. Now, do you want to go back over what happened?
Yes.
Okay.
After he left, I went back upstairs, like I told you. And I knocked on the door, and I said, had my hand on her dog. And when she unlocked it, we just argued right after that. The door was open, so Nene sat in the room and she watched TV. And she texted because she was on the phone. And Tina, when we talked about whatever it was, I turned around and was headed to my room, and I think I kind of bumped into her, and she was like, don't bump into me. And she shoved me and I shoved her back. And she had a knife sitting, I think it was on the bed. Because I don't know what she was doing. I think she was cutting something, I don't know. But she had a knife sitting in the bed, and when we was fighting, I kept saying, that hurt, because my head started paining real bad because of the problem I'm having, and it's been hurting all week. And I grabbed that knife after, because she still had my head down, she was pounding on the head, and I grabbed the knife and just kind of went like this, because when she was coming towards me, I kind of went like this, and I just held it and let it up, and she fell. And Nene, through this whole process, she had the door shut, and she still got up and she left. She was like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm not trying to be in it, and she left. And I came back in my room, and I got through with my clothes. I put my clothes in the dryer because I had just took them out the washing machine before the police showed up. And then I just shut her door, and I was like, do I need to call the police? Do I need to call the police? Do I need to find a number that the man gave me? I need to call him. I didn't mean for this to happen. And I didn't want to cry, but I called my friend, and I told her to come get me, and I didn't want to tell her the whole story. I just wanted to keep it at a minimum and just wait. If something happened like this, I was just going to come and tell it. And Tina, she wanted to move, and she was just sitting there. And I just shut her door and turned off her light. And I went outside. I did walk around the parking lot. And I went outside, and I called my friend, and I called my mom. And I went back upstairs, and her boyfriend, he just busted through the door through the front door, like he just stayed there. And I just kind of looked at him, and I was like, well, she not here. And I just told him that so he wouldn't be worried. And so he kind of turned around, and he went back, opened the door, and turned on her light, and the door was cracked, and I seen him bend down. And I went back, I was in my room. I was going towards my room when my door was open. And he kind of bent down and rolled her over, and he started yelling. And I had my bag on my shoulder, so I was running out the door because he was just yelling at me like he wanted to strangle me or something. And I just ran out because I got scared. And I was in the process of calling, trying to find the campus police number instead of dialing 911. But he just scared me when he did that. And I just ran around the thing. And I bent down behind the car, and I still could hear him yelling. But I didn't know if he was saying police or if he was saying he gonna call the police. And I kind of got up when I seen him come past that car I was beside, and I walked forward, ran forward, and then that's when I heard the police say something. And that's when I stopped because I knew it was police.
Okay. Now doesn't that feel better? Get that. You don't want to carry that around with you, do you?
Shantara finally cracks under pressure, confessing the stabbing to be an accident. All the lies that she mounted in her defense finally fell apart as the detectives built psychological pressure. From minimization to maximization and limiting options, all techniques worked flawlessly, which led to her confess to the crime. But the most shocking part that remained hidden was that Shantara attempted to clean up the evidence, hiding the murder weapon, the knife, in a garbage bag to conceal her involvement. She was the one who sent misleading texts from Tina's phone to appear if she were still alive, instead of calling 911. These added 4 additional years to her sentence. If Tina had chosen to change her room, would the outcomes have been different? And if management had taken the matter even more seriously, could they have stopped this murder? Shantara Madden was finally arrested on the night of March 2, 2011. She was sentenced to 29 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of Tina Stewart. On July 17, 2012, Judge Don Ash handed down the sentence of 25 years for second-degree murder and an additional 4 years for tampering with evidence, leaving Shantara with no chance of release. 29 years behind bars.
What do you know about this shooting? You heard about it, right?
Yeah, I heard about it. My auntie told me about it. My auntie named Katrina. You know, a lady and the baby got robbed. I say people out here been dropping like flies anyway.
On March 21, 2013, in Brunswick, Georgia, 41-year-old Sherry West walks home with her 13-month-old son, Antonio, when 17-year-old DeMarquise and 15-year-old Dominique Lang demand money. When Sherry has none, DeMarquise shoots her, then kills Antonio instantly. The teens flee. Police later catch Lang, who identifies DeMarquise, and Sherry picks him from a lineup. DeMarquise is taken in for interrogation, leaving the haunting question: what drives such a cold, reckless act?
I gotta take care of something before I tell you anything, though, okay? It's just, you know.
You asked my auntie permission to talk to me?
Yeah.
Huh?
Your aunt?
My auntie, my garden? Because I'm a minor, and y'all...
Actually, you're 17. In the state of Georgia, you are considered an adult.
My last charge I just caught about what? What about, was it a week or 2 ago? They can't talk to me because I'm a minor. And I was 17.
Ooh.
So,
well, I don't know. Look, I'm not going to tell you anything until I read all this, okay?
All right, go ahead.
I'm not going to tell you anything until I read this, okay? Unless you let me read this. Today's date is March 22nd, 2013. Time is 11:58 a.m. We are at the Glenn County PD. What's your first name?
DeMarquise.
How do you spell that?
D-E-apostrophe, capital M, M-A-R-Q-U-I-S-E.
And how old are you?
17.
17. And what's your current address?
19. I was staying on with my auntie, but I still
Who you stay there with?
my auntie.
And that's Brunswick, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the last grade you completed in school?
I'm still in school. I go to GED school.
Okay. What was the last grade you were in when you were in
regular school?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I just got out of juvenile. I don't know.
You remember what was the last
7th grade, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever finish junior high or middle school?
Mm-hmm. I just go to adult ed. In juvenile, you don't keep up with your grades. You just do caps.
How long you been in it?
2 years.
Okay.
Did you ever go to a regular school though at all? No? You always been in I guess just a GED program?
No, I just got out of jail and I just went to GED program.
Okay. How old did you say you are?
17.
Okay. Where do you go to the GED school at?
Over there, down the street, adult ed. Over there by the bus yard. I go from 12 to 4.
Dude, I know where that is. Okay. What have you been taking anyway?
Sure.
What have you been taking?
Taking language.
Language? Like English?
Yes, sir.
You taking any Spanish or anything?
No, I ain't taking no Spanish. Just trying to catch up on my subjects.
Okay. What I want to talk to you about is the shooting, okay? I'm sure you're already aware, okay? Your name came up, and we just want to clear some things up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Some people mentioned names, so we've got to talk to everybody, obviously.
Yes, sir.
That's part of an investigation, okay? Can I just get you a sign right here?
No, not a sign person.
That's cool. Just however you sign, man.
That laugh on DeMarquise's face doesn't ask for forgiveness. It doesn't even bother to hide guilt. It makes the unthinkable look routine to him. A day after ending a baby's life, he leans back, slips his hands into his pockets, and grins like he's waiting for the next question on a school test. Minutes later, he sees something that cracks his illusion, though his reaction is nothing like what detectives expected.
You related to Criminology?
That's my mama.
Is she? I know her. She remembered me. I met
You
her
probably got
years
scared
ago.
now.
Her?
Yeah. My sister just called about the police got. What's going on? I seen y'all when I came out the door. I seen y'all like what?
Oh, I wasn't over there.
No, I'm talking about I seen all the police. Now I came down there. I'm like, why everybody at my sister house?
Man, how many were there?
About 30.
All right. What I'd like to do, where'd you say you lived again?
I stayed my probation stuff on 1909 Goodyear.
Okay, you're on probation.
I'm on state paper.
For what?
Possession of marijuana and possession of residence bar.
Felony probation?
It's like juvenile paper, but it's state papers, and you don't get out that until you're 18.
Oh. Okay. So the address they have on record is which?
My auntie.
Okay, that's right around the block from McDonald's, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with yesterday. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday was the 21st of March.
21st.
Okay. It was Thursday.
Yes,
Today is Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you stay the night before? Where'd you wake up yesterday morning?
At my house.
And who you live there with?
My auntie Kiki.
Kiki. Okay. What time was that you got up?
What time I got up?
Yeah.
I ain't get up around. I had to say about 10, 'cause I had to go to school at 12.
One has to wonder how DeMarquise manages to stay so confident, even when he knows he's guilty. But that confidence doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from experience. Just a week earlier, on March 11, 2013, he was involved in the shooting of Pastor Wilfredo Calix Flores during a robbery attempt. So no, this wasn't his first time on the wrong side of the law. This wasn't his first interrogation. And clearly, he didn't walk in scared. But what he had done this time was different. He didn't just cross a line. He destroyed it. And for that, there wouldn't be any courtroom sympathy. Not now. Not ever.
Okay, so you went home right there. Who was home when you got there?
Nobody. My auntie don't come home. She don't be coming home till late.
Where she work?
And when she came home, nah, she don't work nowhere. She live off a check like me. Social Security.
So you keep talking about a check. You say you get a Social Security check?
It's a month. A disability. It's a benefit check.
Oh, okay.
Benefit check?
Yes,
Okay, so it's not a disability or something like that, or?
Oh no, I just been getting it since I was little. I just know I get a check every month for $700.
Really?
Like, you don't know why you get it, or?
So you walked home, but nobody was home.
Yes,
What time did you get home?
It'll probably take a little minute to walk from Rock and Roll to MLK.
It's a bit of a walk, yeah.
Yeah, then when my auntie came home, yeah, I was laying in the bed.
But what time do you think you got home?
Probably about no, it don't take probably about 35, 40 minutes. It don't take that long to get from Rock and Roll to MLK.
So was it around midnight or before midnight?
Nah, before 12, before 12 o'clock though. It ain't nah.
Okay. Did you said there was nobody home. Did anybody come over?
No, sir. It's really her house, you know what I'm saying?
Where'd you stay?
On MLK.
You stayed the night?
Yes, sir. I stayed up. My clothes there.
Okay. I mean, you stayed home the rest of the night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What time did you get up this morning?
I got up early because my Uncle John came to pick me up to go to the Social Security place. John Freeman. 1909 Goodyear. That's where I stayed with.
Oh, okay.
We went to go see about my check because my check ain't come.
So he
my
picked
benefit ain't come.
You up what time?
About 7, about 8. Nah, he picked me up around 8. He picked me up early this morning. Now, I just got back when I was coming in the bed with my sister and I see y'all. I just got back.
You had gone with
my
John
Uncle
Freeman
John Freeman
to
my own Social Security place.
The one over by like Cilantro's and all?
To my you got like cut in.
Yeah, it's kind of in the back or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and
sir.
how long were you there for?
Went there for nothing about 40 minutes. We got there, we the first one. You be the first one.
What time was that
about? You don't open it on 9 o'clock, so we got out there at 8:43.
Okay.
So we was one sitting out there waiting. So that's how we got in early.
How long were you in there for?
They probably about 8 to 9 people in front of it. We probably sat for a good little 30 minutes or so. Then we went to go talk to a man about my check. And he talked about, he sounded to express or something. And they don't know what's going on. I probably just got to wait next Friday for me to get my other check.
So what time did you leave out of there?
From there? I don't even know. I know when I left, as soon as I was walking up, as soon as they got me from the mid, at the same time, as soon as I left.
Did you go straight there and then straight
back to the mid.
And who was with you besides him?
Just him. He just take me out there.
Okay. Here's the thing. Yeah. You are aware that there's cameras in all the public houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At any time were you at Glen Villas yesterday?
Sure, nah, obviously, Glen Villa.
Might have forgotten that you might have been over there.
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
You don't, because, well, the reason I'm saying it is I wouldn't bring it up if we didn't already review it. You actually go on video.
This is where the investigators start handing out reality checks. The teenager who thought he had it all figured out is now watching his story collapse. They tell him about the video footage, the evidence, the part he never accounted for. But somehow, his confidence doesn't waver. Maybe he still believes there's a way out. Maybe he hasn't fully processed what's coming. It is borderline impressive, the level of denial he seems to have. The investigators, to their credit, remain calm and composed. They know they have him dead to rights, and simply let the truth settle in. Because by now, the facts are doing all the talking.
Yeah. Act like Billy's.
Yeah.
A little earlier than 10 o'clock, actually, the time you say you got up.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to say you might make a mistake or whatever, but what'd you go over there for yesterday?
I just be walking. I don't know, man. I don't think I went to Glenville yesterday, man. Tell the truth, man.
You did because you're on the video. I mean, the video's a lie, you know. Right?
I know. I had to go to school, and I said this school.
Well, I understand that. I understand you went to school. Yeah. Okay. But the thing is, I'm not lying about that. You actually are on video. Okay. Over at Glenville's. Okay. I mean, did you go over to see somebody or something?
I ain't go over to see nobody. I don't know, man. I'm telling you.
Because you were apparently standing by somebody over there and talking to someone over there. I haven't looked at the rest of the video to see if you went into any apartments or anything like that.
Nah, I don't know. All I do is get with my money. I got free money. That's it.
Okay.
When you say geek, what you mean? Drugged up?
Nah, man. Smoke me a poke and drink me a Budweiser. That's it. Gotta stay clean.
What do you know about this shooting? You heard about it, right?
Yeah, I heard about it. My auntie told me about it. My auntie named Katrina. You know, she be looking at the news and all that to my She the one, she said, you heard what happened? I like, nah, that what happened. She like, a lady and the baby got robbed and did it. I like, I said, boy, Bronzy getting bad for real, boy.
Yeah, it is.
I say, people out here been dropping like flies anyway.
It's almost impressive how casually DeMarquise sits there, even as the detectives lay out the evidence. He talks about the shooting with such detachment, like he's describing what he had for lunch. At this point, it genuinely feels like he thinks he's inside a video game. Just another mission. Pull the trigger, move on. No big deal. Someone should remind him he's not in a game. In real life, there are no resets or pauses, just irrevocable consequences.
What else did you hear about it? Like, did you hear who got hurt?
No, sir. My only thing my auntie told me. And my auntie said, you know, my auntie know people on the force anyway, so you know what I'm saying? And she gonna know, and when she know, she gonna let me know. She gonna let everybody know.
She didn't tell you what happened, though?
She told me a lady and the baby down in Dixville. Something like that. I ain't be trying to hear it.
What'd she tell you happened? What'd she tell you happened?
She said the lady got shot.
Lady got shot?
Yeah, that's what she said.
She said anything else about it?
That's it. That's all she said about it. She said all she be like,
They say you might have done it.
Like they said a Mexican boy. It was a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old son who did it. Oh, she said, light skinned boy or something. I said, I'm glad I wasn't around that then. I said, at least I ain't in it, because I'm dark skinned. Because last time when I got out 2 weeks in the malls, they drew down on me in the mall. They told me they thought I was another hard head.
Well, hold on. You just said you weren't down there, but once again, I just told you, we've got you on video at Glenville's. I mean, I'm not lying. You seem to think that I am, but I'm not. You're actually on video at Glenville's. So, I mean, you know, you can sit there and say you weren't, but you were. Okay, so what were you down there doing?
I went down there. I don't know, son.
You went down there?
I went down there.
All right, so we need emergency contact information on you. Who can we call for you in case of emergency? 5185?
Yes, sir. I'm on for John Freeman.
Who's that?
John Freeman.
You good?
Yes, sir. Hey. Oh, where the county for the McCarty get right?
What?
The county.
Huh?
The county. My county.
Your county?
Yeah, they for them come to get me, man.
Who's your county?
Bros.
You are in Brunswick.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They for them come to get me, man.
Why?
Oh, no, I don't even know how the hell I died here, man. Well, you can go check all them places I just see.
We are.
And all of them gonna
You didn't
come
really
up
account for before 10 o'clock, though. You said you were sleeping. However, well, hold on. Contrary to what you're saying, we've got you on video before that at Glen Willis. Okay? And then we got you in video somewhere else, though.
In video somewhere else? What?
Yeah. See, apparently some people actually have video in their houses.
Alright. I'm just saying, do what? Do I need to call my auntie if I can get a lawyer or what? That's what I'm trying to see.
You're an adult. She doesn't have to make decisions for you.
Ooh, that's my garden. That's my garden. I'm not an adult till I'm 18, sir.
I understand. You know, state
and
of
I
Georgia.
just caught me another charge,
Well,
so I know
the state of Georgia allows you to make that decision at 17.
So you really trying to tell me,
The thing is, down on London, okay, I want to get your side because I've already gotten the side of everyone else, okay? I've gotten witness statements, okay?
Sure.
And I'm not going to lie to you. The kid that you were with already told us everything. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to afford you the opportunity, just like we did to him, to explain actually what happened and maybe tell us actually who did the shooting.
Sir, I don't want with nobody.
Because he's putting it on you, and I'm wondering if he was the one doing the shooting.
Man, I don't know what none of you talking about. I don't even know that boy.
You know Dominic.
I don't know nobody. I don't even, he don't know my
You know Dominic, okay, because you were over at his grandmother's house, okay, and several of his family saw you, okay, and his aunt drove you away from there. At which time we got you on video interview at a later point. Yeah.
He don't know nothing about
Amazing where
me.
cameras are.
He don't know nothing about me. He can't even tell you my first and last name.
Okay, here's the thing though. He was able to pick you out in some pictures, okay? And he didn't know your name.
I mean, he did not know.
And here's another thing. We already have everything we need. But we'll want to know, are you sorry for what happened? This baby is dead. I don't know if you
I can't do nothing, sir.
I don't know if you looked at this kid, this little baby. Okay, but I did. With a bullet right here. Do you have any children?
I ain't do nothing.
Do you got any nephews, nieces?
Yeah.
You do. Would you want that to happen?
Yeah, no, that's why I wouldn't do it to nobody else.
If somebody had done that, you'd want them to
pay it. That's why I wouldn't do it to nobody else.
If you had done that, would you feel bad?
If I would have did it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't did nothing like that. I wouldn't put myself in a situation.
I understand that you might not have meant to do it, okay?
I ain't do nothing, sir. I don't know what you trying to do. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
DeMarquise refused to admit anything. The detectives made one last attempt to reach whatever was left of his conscience. They mentioned his nephews, hoping the thought of children might spark something. Guilt, even a flicker of emotion. But it was all for nothing. Not even a crease on his forehead. Just the same blank calm he walked in with, as if this were all routine. Maybe he still believed he could outlast the truth. That denial was enough. That silence could protect him. But the evidence tells the real story. The surveillance footage, the witnesses, the weapon. Piece by piece, it closes every door he thought he could slip through. On September 12, 2013, DeMarquise was condemned to life without parole, plus 125 years for killing baby Antonio. His mother hid the gun. His aunt and sister lied to protect him. But one by one, they fell. His mother, Karima, got 10 years. His aunt, Katrina, 5. And his sister, Sabrina, was put on probation. His accomplice, Dominique Lang, struck a deal, 2 years and probation. Yet, for Sherry West, who watched her baby die in her arms, for her, no sentence could ever be enough. Justice, even when delivered, felt incomplete.